People them. Good afternoon. Oi, 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 what a day Views is having, people. What a day. What a day. But you know, things have to move. Things have to move. And we are here, people. So I hope you've all digested your Irish breakfast. You know, I hope you've all eaten and filled up your belly. And now it is time for the intervention. How are we doing today, people? Couple people in the building. The legend himself. Big up Shane. Smash the likes. Big up AFC Vigilante. Hope you guys are doing well today. What a day I have been having. What a day. But we are here regardless, people. We are here regardless. How are we doing? I'm not even really sure how this is going to go this morning, if I'm being terribly honest. Why is it looking so bloody dark? So annoying. Hope everyone's good though. Let me just try and fix that. It's looking hella dark. X2D, hi. Hope you're good. Hope you're well today. I think it might be the first time I've seen you around here. So welcome on in. Welcome on in. So what's the news, man? What's the story? It's definitely not morning glory, I'll tell you that much. But we are here, people. Make sure you are going to subscribe over to Shane Vigilante. I would say the same for you, but you was talking about a different link, so maybe you want to set that up and get the links on in here. And let's see who rolls through, man. Let's see who rolls through. Not too much doing today, let's be fair. Playback gang, go and check out Under the Lens with Latimus Prime. We got that done yesterday. Go and check out Clean Through 1-on-1 with me and Shane Gooner. We got that done yesterday. That was very good, very enjoyable. So there's a little bit for you guys to watch on playback. There is a little bit. Let me just try and get that up a little. What is going on? What is going on? Shane Gooner, Zubimendi deal looks done. 0 in few. Oh, really? Really? What I was gonna do, just while I'm kind of waiting to see if anyone, you know, comes in or wants to get on, let me do this first and foremost, because someone told me that I keep forgetting to do it. So the link is in the chat. If you want to come on and have your say about Zubimendi, about whatever, then please do. I haven't had a chance to look around the news today. So what I will do, obviously it's not, you know, news with views, but until we get some topics or people pile in, we will have a quick little look, because I am out of the loop, people. I am out of the loop. I am out of the loop. So let's have a quick little look. Summer flying by, is it? We're not even into June yet. Look, Wirtz, one of the best signings in Bundesliga history. I don't know why they're talking about that. He's on his way to Liverpool, I'm pretty sure. I ain't going to read the whole thing, guys. I'm just having a quick look. One of the best signings in Bundesliga's history, according to recruitment expert, saw him, K22. He's 22. Oh my God. This is what me and Shane were discussing this yesterday, yeah, because when Liverpool buy, they don't always splash out every summer, but when they do, the talent ID is very, very good. Very, very good. And they and very rarely do they get it wrong. So the fact now that they've got Kirkes, who's fucking, I don't even know if he's 20 yet, like an amazing left back prospect, left wing back. Then you got Frimpong, the same. He's another young guy. And then you got Florian Wirtz, probably the best 10 in football as of right now. And he's 22. Oh my God. Every day I wake up, you know, like I'm feeling sick, guys. I'm feeling sick. Sing a little prayer for me. Like, don't worry about my singing, bro. Just get the message I'm trying to say, bro. Like, sing a little prayer for me. I don't even know if that's the lyrics, bro, but please, can you do that? While Wirtz's arrival to the Premier League remains up in the air, is it? Oh, let me just hold on, because I can't even see the chat. 5 people in the building. Hit the like for me, please, on the way in or way out. Yeah, maybe like I said, everyone's full up off their Irish breakfast and they're going to have a siesta now or something. Do you know what I mean? Come on in, people. Come on in. But yeah, that's crazy, guys. Imagine, yeah, because obviously every day I wake up, right, it's like, oh, they're talking about Gyökeres again, and we're probably going to end up with Sesko, do you know, like that, or we might not end up with none of them. You know what I'm saying? And someone was saying to me, imagine if who was it? It was in one of the group chats. Imagine if after all this talk we don't get Gyökeres. I think it was days ago anyway. I think it was days ago. Big upside. I think it was in his group chat. And I'm just like, yeah, there's a very good chance we might not get Gyökeres. Shane is convinced. Big up Shane. Shane is convinced. You know what I mean? Why would he even want to come to this project? And when you say it like that, you got to think you're absolutely right. Yeah, I'm hoping that you know I'm hoping that he's wrong. I'm hoping that we're all wrong, and I'm hoping that you know Gyökeres is an Arsenal player purely because it's the cheapest option out there. I think he might even be cheaper than Osherman. You know what I'm saying? I swear, maybe not, but maybe at the same time. You guys can let me know what you think. I am going to have a quick little look at this, but guys, Liverpool doing what they did. I was saying on Clean Through yesterday, when they sold Coutinho, they went out and identified who they needed, didn't it? They got Van Dijk from Southampton, I believe he was at, and they went and got like this player, that player. Excuse me. So when they buy these players are going to last them for years. And these players here, Kirkes, Frimpong, Wirtz, they're going to last them for years. It could be back-to-back people. Big up Godfrey in the building. Hope you're well today, my bro. Hope you are good today. Smash that like for me, please, gang. Big up Vigilante again. He said, problem is Arteta. No forward player will want to play in this inverted crap system. No, I get it. And Shane says it all the time. And he also says that, you know, whoever we get, and Kyle says it as well. Kyle, the Volcano, says it as well. It don't matter who we get. He said it don't matter who we get. Whoever we get, it don't matter because Arteta's going to mess them up. And I hear it. And I definitely agree. I'm not disagreeing. The only difference that I'm saying is, and it's not even a difference, the only thing I'm saying, right, is that the team still needs players though. Like if we're worried that we're going to be fighting for top 6, which I am, you know, next year, if every other team starts to do what they got to do, which it looks like they are, even Man United, and we're sitting around as usual, you know, wasting the time away, then we are going to be really, really struggling. And some people are like, you know what, that's fine because it means it's closer for Arteta to go. And I'm with you on that. But at the same time, I already feel like we've missed a step because not this season, but the last 2, we should have won something and we didn't. And now I think we're now going on the backward spiral. So what I'd like to do is try and limit the damage a little bit. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand what people are saying. They don't want this guy to waste any more money. I've like, listen, even people that I've respected, like, listen, just give him what he wants because you're just giving him more rope to hang himself with. And you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. And I want this guy out of my club. However, he ain't going to be out by next season. And I feel like we've been embarrassed enough this season. I'm going to get to the comments in just a second. But I feel like we've been embarrassed enough this season. So then to do what? Have another shit summer, you know, have a shit Premier League next season, probably not win nothing, and then be further down in the league. Do you know what I'm saying? And then be further down in the league. So I just don't know, man. I'm at an impasse. I really am at an impasse. But let me get into some of these comments now. A couple more people passing through. Big yourselves up. Good afternoon. I hope you enjoyed your Irish breakfast. You know, it's time to let that digest now. And it's time to get some stuff off your chest. But big up Shane, man. Each and every time. That's my bro right there. So make sure we're getting him to 900. Yeah. Make sure Vigilante or any other mod, let's get his link in there. Most of the use lot are probably coming from over there anyway. But just for the 1 or 2 that might not have, let's get Shane's link in there. Let's get him to 900 ASAP. And we're on the final furlong. I woke up today and we're on what I think 2,900. So we just need another 100 likes just to get to the first milestone. You know, so we can obviously get members and things like that for anyone who does want to help out. And then obviously we got another 1,000 more. You know me, man. I'm honest with all of you guys, bro. I'm honest, man. But look at this, guys. What do you think? Zubimendi deal done? Looks done. Has it actually been confirmed though, my bro? Because this is what I've been getting. I even saw a Fabrizio Romano video yesterday. Zubimendi is a here we go. I already said this. And I'm just like, bro, yeah, but it's still not confirmed, bro. I don't believe Jack until it's confirmed. I swear to God, bro. And Shane's absolutely right. Zero enthusiasm, bro. You know, half a decade we need a striker, and the first person through the door is a CDM. That's wild to me. But anyway, I'm seeing one person's fucked off, so let me get into the chat. It might be because I ain't got any getting into the chat, but I want to kind of, say my little thing here and there. I think I read all of those ones. I would be happy. Oh, here we go. Vigilante. I would be happy with Mateta and Tony as strikers. Both would work well as a pair. Yes, it would. I mean, for me, I think some Arsenal fans will probably be a little bit underwhelmed by that, if I'm being totally honest. But I'm not one of those. Like, I would take that. Do you know what I'm saying? I would. Big up Mr. Rubbo. Big up views. Hope you're well. We will be doing our Under the Lens later on, 8 p.m. UK time. So please, guys, I need you lot to come back for that and show Mr. Robo a little bit of love. That would go a long way. Godfrey's bigging up Shane. Vigilante's bigging up Godfrey. Community settings. That's what we like to see. Peppermint Freedom in the building. Big up views. Big yourself up. Yeah, Vigilante's bigging up Robo. Peppermint's bigging up the chat. That's what we like to see. Big up Dre, man. Big up, man. At Arsenal, now for many years, we even lost our identity to find the right players for us to get over the line, yet to replace so many that has left us. To be honest with you, bro, like, yeah, it's all a bit of a mess. Like, when he came in, everyone keeps talking about where he took us from, and he cleaned out all the toxic players and sorted out the wage bill. But if you look at us now, nearly in June 2025, we're right back to where we was. We haven't got a good enough squad. It's toxic in the point where it ain't toxic and negative, it's toxic and positive. You know what I mean? And it still ain't working. And we're looking at the bench like it stinks. We're looking at the team like there's no depth. When Robbo done keep or sell, half of us would be selling most of the squad. It's just not worked. We just have to realize it's not worked and have to go again. So obviously the owners ain't going to be happy with the fact that they're going to have to start spending out money again after they spent close to $1 billion. So I don't know. There's a lot of mess to clean up at the club, bro. A lot of mess to clean up at the club. And we can't just keep ignoring it. Otherwise, it's just going to fester and get worse and worse and worse. But big yourself up, Dre, man. Thank you for passing through, bro. Yeah, Robo's bigging up Vigilante. Smash the likes, chat as you enter. Yes, please do so. The link is in the chat, guys. The link is in the chat. If you guys want to come on and have your say about whatever, transfers, football news, how you're feeling, this is the show for you, because you can not only put your topics in the chat, but you can actually jump on as well. Obviously, if people are at work or can't do it today, that's not a problem, but do put your topics in the chat. Whatever you guys want to talk about, we are going to talk about. I went on to the Sky Sports News quickly just to see if anything's been confirmed, and we're just kind of getting paper talk. So big up Vigilante. Yep, sub to Shane, road to 900. There's the link there, people. On Streamlabs, I don't know how to pin, so I think I'm going to go back to StreamYard next month, but there's probably going to be a bit of movement. Like I said, still trying to set up the internet down at my mum's, so there's going to probably be some movement soon. Godfrey's bigging up Robo. Peppermint Jordan in the building. Big up, bro. Big yourself up, man. Hope you're well today. With my Liverpool gang. Yep. Dappins are going round. Godfrey saying, get me Jokeres, then I'll start to be excited. Facts, bro. I mean, obviously, there's been a little bit of glint taken off of that, because it kind of looks like, as Shane says, we're kind of like the last resort. You know what I mean? We're kind of like the last resort. He was waiting for Man United. Oh, if they don't get champs, then do you know what I mean? And still Liverpool, Chelsea. I've been hearing Chelsea's been linked with Jokeres. So I'm just tired of it. I've heard people tell me about in 2 weeks' time we're gonna see. I think BBK even said the same thing. Sorry about this. 1 second. Sorry about that. People's knocking the door. You might even be able to hear the rat. So yeah, Jokeres has been linked with everyone at the moment. So yeah, God knows, man. You know what I mean? Man United, Liverpool, other teams are doing stuff, especially with players on release clauses. So how they can tell us, oh, we got to wait for the transfer window to open up, is just more rubbish for me. It really is. Flipping hell, man. This house, bruv. This house. But yeah, so I'm just not like Zubamendi's not it. It never was. Who was asking for Zubamendi, bro? Even last season, who was asking for him? We need a striker. We need attacking players. Do you know what I'm saying? Um, okay, need a mo trip possible. Sorry about this. This is what I'm trying to say, man. Never just get left alone, bruv. Ever. But cool. Big up Jordan, yeah, but yeah, Gyökeres is the one, man. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I don't know, man. Like there was talk of Rodrigo. I was getting kind of excited about Rodrigo. You know what's happened there? Oh, we don't want to pay 10 million wages a year. Like, what is going on for this tight-fisted club, man? I'm so sick of it. And then you've got the other sympathizers. Oh, but why ain't that a good thing? You know, if we could try and save some money here, then we can go and put the money elsewhere. Like, are they really doing that though, bruv? And even if they were doing that, speed it up. Speed it up. We don't have to wait for shit to fucking open and all that. Speed it up. But big up Jordan, man. Big up Godfrey as well. Big up Dre. He said, I don't want us to be a Man United situation. They kept Ten Hag till season started and then sack him, getting a new coach that'll bring a winning mentality. Stop turning the other cheek. No, I totally agree, Dre. I totally agree. The thing is, though, and a lot of people keep saying this, we don't really care about the summer. We just want to care about getting Arteta out. That's not going to happen, guys. It's not going to happen. Not this season, bro. Maybe if we get to Christmas and it is going to be a Man United situation, unfortunately. If they were going to sack him, it would have been done already. You know, when you see him in these press conferences, that don't look like a manager under pressure. It don't look like a manager under pressure. It don't look like a manager that's going to get sacked anytime soon. You know what I mean? The way that the club's moving so tight-fisted, they're probably not going to want to just pay out 30 million and end his contract. I would do that, even if it was, no, it's not 45. I think it would be 35 or 30 million. I'd just pay it out. But they're not me, guys. Do you know what I'm saying? They're not me. They're not us. You know, they're not going to do it. Not this season anyway. I very much doubt it. Do you know what I mean? So as Matty and even Shane and some other legends have said, you know, they might just be giving him the rope to hang himself with. And I'm like, all right, cool. I hear it. But I don't want to waste another year, you know, while we're dealing with bollocks and in-house bollocks and giving this dickhead another go again. And we're wasting another year. But like I said, I know they're not going to sack him. So my focus has to be on Berta and what he can do to improve this team. Do you know what I'm saying? Obviously, yes, Arteta's going to be far arsing about, but there's nothing we can do about that. Unless you want to just say, fuck it, don't even spend nothing this year, you know, and then what? Do you know what I mean? Waste another year waiting for him to not win when we know that he ain't going to win. And then we've just wasted another year, guys. Do you know what I mean? It's while everyone else is getting better. I don't know, man. It's a hard situation. It really, really is. But big up Dre, man. Definitely appreciate your time and your comment, my bro. He also says, how close to winning the Premier League do you truly think we are? Do you think it's next season or bust or Netflix FC again? See, last season we was only a couple of pieces. We need competition, right? For Saka and for Odegaard. That's what we do need. We need someone to hold down the left, and then if you want to keep a Martinelli or someone like that, cool. You know what I mean? We need a striker. That's what we needed last season. And now this season, you know, we're going to probably, hopefully we just, hopefully we promote one of the younger goalkeepers. But if we don't, then we'll need a backup goalkeeper. We'll need a left back. We might need another central defender. You know, we need someone to replace Jorginho now, another midfielder. You know, if Partey doesn't sign the contract, someone to replace him. Because you keep leaving it, because you keep gambling and taking risks, it's always worse when those risks backfire, bro. Look at what Liverpool are doing. They've just won the league, and now they're going to strengthen from a place of strength. And look what they're doing, bro, with their big boy pants on, because they want to keep on winning. Because winning breeds a winning mentality. You want to go and win again. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, bro. We've got to stop turning the cheek. And yes, you know, this season, I don't know. Like I said, we need a lot more. You know, however, if we can get lucky, right, again, because last 2 seasons we were lucky that we didn't get any injuries and the red cards wasn't as bad, right? But this season we have got all the injuries and the red cards were. But as Shane keeps saying, it's a further indictment on Arteta, because you're the one telling these players to slow the game down. You know, we take 2 minutes to take a free kick, 2 minutes to take a throw on. It's your fault. It's your fault that the goalkeeper's basically on the halfway line now. That's your fault. because you're coaching them to do that. So anyway, I know I'm kind of going on a bit of a random one, but in terms of winning the Premier League, you know, we need a proper left winger. We need someone to contribute from the left in terms of goals. And I ain't talking about 9 or 8, like we're talking about 12 to 15 goals. You get me? We need a striker that can be getting 15 to 20 goals. You know, we need Saka to be on point, and if he ain't and he's limping around, then we need someone to come on as cover. The same for Odegaard. That's what we need. Do you know what I mean? We can do with keeping our defense together if we can. And then we can try and go again. Realistically, bro, I mean, I've not even realistically. Ideally, we need about 6 players this summer, right? Maybe even more because players are going to leave. However, that's not going to happen. What I think might happen is maybe we'll get 4 to 5 players. I think we'll actually spend money on 3 players, maybe 4. Like we'll get 3, like maybe a Gyökeres, Willian. I'm just using them hypothetically, right? Just so you can kind of know the bracket we're talking. Then they might try and go and buy someone like a Naipan, or you understand, someone like that, right? Cool. And then maybe get a couple of loans. That's what you should do. If I was Berta, that's what I'd be doing. You have to box smart, yeah. So that's what you should do. But we need more than that. But he ain't gonna be able to do it all in one summer. It's not to say that he's not capable. I just don't think Arsenal are gonna let him off the reins like that. Honestly, you know. So, but this season, going into this season, bare minimum, we need another attacking midfielder, we need a left winger, and we need a striker. But already, Dre, I do already feel like we're Netflix FC already, bro. It's always next season. It's always we go again. Big up Peppermint Freedom. He said, I just can't get myself up. Pause for any transfers while Arteta's at the helm. I hear it, bro. I hear it. I hear it. I hear it. Maybe if the transfers are good, that dopamine hit can work a little bit. Maybe. I don't know. Big up Robbo. He said views. Arsenal are extending Lukonga's contract. They're using the 1-year option. Are you kidding me, bro? Is that a joke? Oh, this is what I'm trying to say. So everyone's like, oh, in Berta we trust, Berta this, Berta that. Yeah, I'm hearing about Trossard getting an extension with no actual time getting put on that, so we're just giving him more money. I'm hearing Kivior's giving the clubs ultimatums, and we're trying to re-sign him. Now they're talking about extending Lukonga's. Bro, what the fuck is going on at this club? This is what I'm trying to say. And you guys thought that, you know, things were going to be different. When I'm talking about Gyökeres, and this is me trying to be hopeful. This is me trying to be optimistic, believe it or not. Hey, guys. You can't be serious, bro. You can't be serious, Mr. Robbo. That is wild, bro. What do you guys think of that? Let me know in the comments. Still can't believe our coach said we were the best team in Champions League. Up for 3 minutes and then only in the mood for 20 minutes. Then after, yeah, we truly are a joke, bro. And the thing is, you just get caught out. You said that. Oh, and PSG bench said that. Then they came on after and said, no, we didn't. You know what I mean? So you're lying. Just like when you're trying to, you know, when Liverpool win the league and you're trying to worm your way out and feed your little cult members, you know, some excuses to hold on to. Then you're talking about points. And then, you know, whatever, a little while later, when they're asking you about Tottenham winning Europa, all of a sudden you don't do comparisons with other teams. You're just a bold-faced liar. That's what you are. You're just a bold-faced liar, bro. You know what I mean? You just got to stop. Like, you're leaning into the, you know, into the Arsene Wenger thing too much, bro. Honestly, let me just get rid of that. Let me get back into the comments. People coming in and out, just hit the like for me, guys. That's all I can ask for. But let me know in the chat, man. This is the intervention, and I want to hear from you. Robbo's just said it there, bro. Arsenal are extending Lukonga's contract using the 1-year option. That is stinky, guys. What do you guys think of that? Wait, you serious? Yeah, see, Peppermint, bro. What is going on? Can't be, surely not. Fingers crossed, bro. Fingers crossed. Like, these are players that we need to get rid of. This is what I'm trying to say, guys. This is what I'm trying to say. This club is a mess. Big up Robo Peppermint. Check Twitter. I added you. Oh, I'm hoping that it's not right though, because not everything is right on that app. A lot of things are wrong. That's what you guys need to realize. Like Twitter, the whole space might be artificial intelligence, bro. I don't even know at this point. Big up her into the box, my bro. Hope you're well today, bro. Big yourself up, man. Yeah, I messaged you the other day because we was I was on True. Is it True Gunner? True Gooner? And I see you was highlighting a couple of your messages. I was just like, bro, why can't I see my bro? Like, hope you're well today, though, bro. Hope everything's good for yourself. Bear with me one moment. Bear with me one moment. Sorry about this, guys. But like I said, man, get it in the chat. Get it in the chat. What do we think about that? Make sure you subscribe into the box as well, innit? That's broski. So make sure you go and show him some love. Big up Peppermint. He was being serious. I just checked Twitter. Oh my god. My god. My god. Big up into the box. See, Zubi is coming, it seems. That's what Shane said. And I don't think Shane would just say it if it so was that kind of was it on Sky or anything like that? You know, I, I don't know. I don't know. Like someone let me know. Is it a bomber? Is it on Twitter? I mean, like I said, Romano was talking about Zubimendi deal basically being done. Like he was talking like it's basically done. Da 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 da. But still, until I see the yellow line until I see something, I'm always a bit, not optimistic. What's the word? Not pessimistic, mate. Just a bit cautious. Do you know what I'm saying? All right, cool. You're talking all this talk. Seeing is believing, though. You know what I mean, guys? 1 second. Fear is downstairs. I'm trying no. I'm live. You see what I'm saying? This is what I've got to do, bro. Sorting out problems. But that's crazy though, man. That's crazy, bro. Lokonga. What do you guys think of that? Would like that's just a waste of money. Why would we extend that? Like we're kind of getting that news, sooner than we're getting the party news. That makes no sense. Cool. As you can hear, the texts are coming through. Big up Peppermint, absolute fast. It's embarrassing. Big up Robbo. It is embarrassing. He said it's being finalized. We talk about Zubimendi. Robbo said FSB confirmed it. Jesus Christ. Big up Dre. The excuses, if they give Lokonga an extension, he can do a job. Oh my god. They're probably also gonna give him an iconic number like they did with Nketiah, bro. We should be retiring that number 14. That's what we should be doing. Anyway. But yeah, it's an absolute joke, Dre. Absolute joke. I mean, this is what the club's dealing with. So how can I be calling him Montgomery Burter when you're just moving like Burt? You know what I'm saying? Who are these lot ringing? These lot are moving mad. Half term, guys. Half term. Big up Mr. Robbo. Fabrizio gave it a here we go. Party also soon. He did. I mean, look, obviously he's who he is because a lot of the time he kind of gets the scoop in it, but he's not always right. I just want the party stuff should have already been announced. That stuff that should have been done a while ago, in my opinion. Zubimendi cool, but like I said, I mean, you guys tell me. Are you guys excited? Are you guys excited? Zubimendi is the first signing through the door when we've needed a striker for years. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, because I am not excited. I am not excited, bro. Let me tell you that. Sorry again, man. Flipping. I've got to hold people's hands. Okay, please. There we go. I'm not excited, guys, and I need attackers. We need goals. Do you know what I'm saying? But there we go. Big up Mr. Robbo. Like I said, guys, make sure you're back here at 8 p.m. UK time for our Under the Lens. Looking forward to it. So make sure you come and show us some love, guys. All of your support is needed. Vigilante saying views. Here's the Zubamendi thing. BBC. Okay, okay, but still. Obviously, I can't click into it, or can I? Can I click into it now? Let me have a look. We can click into it now. Yeah, Zuba. All right, cool. All right, cool. Let's do it then, people. Let's do it. It's you guys' shows. Like I keep saying, man. Any topics you want to talk about, anyone wants to jump on and have a little natter, it's you man's show today. But here we are, man. Not even today, always the intervention. That's what it's here for. Here we are, guys. So just so you can see what I'm looking at, Zubamendi set for medical. This is what I'm talking about. For fuck's sake. Sorry, this is ridiculous. Oh, bing, 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 bing. Cool. I have to wait. But this is what I'm talking about. This is the difference, yeah? This is the difference, right? Obviously, they're not showing us like some fucking contract with your signature on it, even though sometimes I'm like, I want to see the contract. Just show me something, right? But just like with Frimpong, we're now talking about medicals. Oh, for God's sake. Do I have to tell this person like what is like women, bro? Like fucking hell. Can you message me on WhatsApp? I'm live. Bing, bing, bing. Zubamendi is set for medical before 50. That's what I'm talking about. Medical. Yeah, that's what I want to hear. But I don't want to hear about it for Zubamendi. One, all right, cool. You probably are going to be an upgrade on Jorginho. Let's have it right. But you're sure you're not like you don't seem that physical. You know, Sammy Mockbell as well. He's like the literal mouthpiece for Arsenal, the PR merchant. Let's just have a quick little look over it. Sociedad midfielder Zubamendi set to have a medical before. But there you go. There you go. Just like what they were talking about Frimpong. You know what I mean? Medicals. That's what we want to start hearing about. Well-placed sources have confirmed BBC Sport that all the relevant documents in relation to the Spain international switch to the Emirates have been signed, with the deal entering its closing. That's what I'm talking about. Let's have a no verbal. Let's have signatures. Let's have medicals being spoken about. Cool, cool, cool. Whatever, cool. I'm not even going to carry on with that. Big up AFC Vigilante. Cool. Are you guys excited? Are you guys excited? It's another Martin. Yeah, most Martins I know are dickheads. That's my name, people. Make of that what you will. Make of that what you will. Make of that what you will. But look, there you go. 1 second. Hey. Oh, look. Kevin and Perry, bro. These guys just ignore me. But anyway, make of that what you will. Are you excited, guys? Let me know in the comments. Are you excited? 51 million release clause. Maybe they've got maybe we have gone to them and say, oh, can we pay you like 50 million a year or something? Because that's what I also heard. I also heard that we're going to try and pay more for Zubamendi, but pay less up front to begin with. So I don't know. But are you guys excited? Let me get to the comments. Are you excited? Big up into the box. He said, as for Lokonga staying, okay, if we want squad depth, he can be rotated in for lower rounds of cups. This arrow always gets him away and go on from there. Form permitted, of course. Bear with me a second. Yeah, these people just can't hear, bro. Just deafness in the house. Look, man, I wouldn't have minded that last summer. If we knew we weren't going to go mad with the signings. I wouldn't have minded that. Do you know what I'm saying? Because, like you said, squad depth. But then, to be fair, as much as I don't rate Fabio Vieira, I'd rather have him over Lokonga, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have Emil Smith Rowe. I still didn't want Nketiah, don't get it twisted, but ESR, like, because here we are in a situation where you've let everyone go and you've not got any replacements still. Yeah, sorry about that, people. So yeah, we needed depth last season. Do you know what I mean? So the fact that we're trying to do this again now, That is not the one, people. That is not the one. Yeah, go and pull it. You hear the door close. That is not the one. Like this is too little, too late. Too little, too late. You know, we need it, what we need, right? Is we need the bar to not fall so drastically. We can't have the massive drop off. You go from Magalhaes to Kivior. We can't have that type of drop off, guys. Do you see what I'm saying? We can't. What do you guys think about Ola Aina? Because I'll go and get him, bro. Apparently, he's going to be free this summer. Him and Tyreek Mitchell. But anyway, big up into the box. Like I said, just to keep reminding you, are you excited about Zubamendi? Big up Static, my brother. Hope you're good today. Lokonga needs to go. What a waste of time and money for the player. There you go. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm out here trying to shout Montgomery Berta, and you're just moving like Herbert, bruv. That's how you're moving. Because I'm not seeing competence. I'm still seeing stupidness. Trossard extension with no extra time in the contract, so we can't even sell you for money. Where's the logic in that? We're reopening talks with Kivior. We valued Kivior at 60 million. We're extending Lokonga, and we ain't even announced Thomas Partey yet. But obviously, I think Robbo said Fabrizio was talking about Thomas Partey. Like, excuse me, that's the least you can do. And what are the club then going to try and tell us? Oh, but look at the summer we've had, because we've re-signed this player and we've re-signed Saka and we've re-signed Gabriel, and we ain't got the players. We ain't got no more players, so we're still going to be in the same situation next season, right? With a small squad. And praying that no one gets injured or sent off. Like, when does our club ever learn, guys? That's all I want. I just want a bit of competence. Is that too much to ask for? Big up Static each and every time, though, my broski. Hope you're well. Yeah, hey, views, big yourself up. 9 likes, like and subscribe. Yep. 9 people in the building. That's 1 like per person, but people are coming in and out. So please, you know, I know you might want a siesta after your Irish breakfast, but have that after the intervention, you know, like that. Drop your likes, people. Let's try and get it as high as possible. There's no way I'm getting towards 50 like the broski Shane, but let's try and get towards 20 if we can. Big up Dre says LOL Bert to Bert, bro. I can't call you Montgomery Bert. I was doing all of that. You know, big up Normski. He's talking about the cheese wire. I'm trying to get excited. You know, Shane's putting up his good fellas. You know what I mean? And we're all getting excited. You know, Montgomery Bert is gonna release the hounds. He's the most serious guy we could have got. And then we're still moving like same old Arsenal. You know what I mean? Always tight fist. Like that's what we are. Tight fist. Tight fist gang. Man like Vigilante in the building. What you saying?
How's it going, bro?
Yeah, man, all good, man. All good. Just having a bit of a whinge and a moan about the Arsenal. How you feeling today, man? Intervention, man. Here you are again, my bro. How you feeling today, man? What do you want to chat about?
Well, you know, when these players are coming back in, I just had a thought. Into the Box made a very good point, and this is going off something I've heard DJB say. This could be the start of the traps, but a setting for Arteta. If he's got these players, he has no excuse not to rotate. None. Moment one injury goes down, bang, you're in trouble. I don't know what you think, because we still got Tavares to come back.
No, it's a great point. It's just these players weren't good enough before, so I feel like we're still going to be in the same point, you know, like where the drop off is so big, bro. Like what I just said with you know, like Magalhaes, and then we drop down to Kivior. Do you like the drop off is that big? Like we're going to go from, I don't know, Rice, Partey, and I don't know, Zubamendi, for instance. I'm not even going to mention Odegaard, and then we're going to have like Fabi Vieira and Lokonga. Like the drop off is massive, but no. But I understand the logic. What I do want to ask you, and obviously into the box and everyone else in the chat, do you think we can afford, like, because you made a great point about Berta setting traps, and maybe, you know, we're giving him more rope to hang himself with, which I agree with, right? And I obviously want Arteta gone, but I'm saying, do you think that we've got enough time for this? Do you think that we can waste another year dilly-dallying with, because that's what I feel like it is, bro. I feel like we're going to go into next season, you know, Arteta and Berta's going to be beefing, and you know, as you said, they might give him the players that he wants to kind of set the traps, but I feel like that's going to then set us back again. Like, I don't even know if we'll finish top 4. I mean, what's your thoughts on that, bro?
See, I've been thinking, right, how many players are actually out on loan?
Not many. I think Lokonga, Izzy, Tavares, and Vieira, but Tavares is going. I think they're going to take up the option on Tavares.
Oh, that's good. But there's other two could be brought in, and Berta's going to go to him, look, you brought them in, You've got them straight out after one season. Now you're going to use them. You've got no choice now. They're taking up wages. We're paying wages to other clubs to have them, basically.
Right.
So you've got to use them.
Right. No. I get it. Yeah, this is what you should have been doing this season, in my opinion. Instead of getting rid of Nketiah and ESR. Sorry, man.
And another thing, right? Alberto and the Kroenkes need to set a thing with Arteta. Weekly or monthly reviews next season. You're going to be called in for a 2-3 hour meeting, and they're going to grill him and really put him under the cosh, as they say. He needs to be held with a tight leash next season. I think we should give him to October, the latest, before he can really fuck the whole season up. Because if we wait till Christmas, we could be out the FA Cup, we could be out of anything.
And this is the problem. I don't even want to do that. And I think Dre, big up Dre in the chat, he was saying he don't want it to be another United, you know, where we get like midway through the season like Ten Hag, and then we're having to sack him, and then the manager don't have no time or money to do anything. Like, I'd rather just get rid of him now. So please, when I say, please, people, don't think that I'm like, you know, trying to downplay what everyone's saying when they say they want Arteta out now. I just know that it's not going to happen. So I'm just like, well, what can we then do to try and go into next season with just a little bit of optimism, just a little bit, because I'm not confident again, my bro. And before I bring you back in, let me just get to a couple of these chats, because I notice people are starting to scoot out, and that usually happens when I don't read the chats. So let me just get there, my bro. Big up people, message on WhatsApp. Oh yeah. Big up Shane. Jordan's bigging up Shane. Vigilante saying, I think Berta has, this is you set, starting to set a trap for Arteta if he gets injured. So it's a good point. It is a good point, and I think you're right. And it's not just you, you know, legends like Shane, legends like Matty, the Southern Gooner, they've been saying that as well. So you're absolutely right. I just feel like I've got butterflies in my stomach because I'm anxious. I don't feel like we can wait another year for all of this to play out. That's just me. Jordan saying, yo, Shane, big up into the box. Shane, big up. Big up Shane, my broski. He said, big up people. Yeah, man, each and every time. Make sure you're subscribing to Shane. Make sure you're subscribing to Into the Box, Vigilante, everyone that's got a channel. Subscribe to Static as well, because he's around. Robbo's bigging up Shane. Static saying, Vigilante, apart from another day of more crap, players still at Arsenal, including Sammy Lokonga and Arteta still here. I'm good, thank you. No, I know. That's what I'm trying to say. We're all good, and Vigilante's good as well. He's been calling for Arteta out, you know, all the time, but it's just that it's just not going to happen this season, guys. It ain't. Maybe next season, but definitely not this season. Shane saying, Jordan, big up. Yep, Vigilante, you legend. Absolutely. Into the box, he's saying, Vigilante, I'm not against that. LOL. If it exposes Arteta, then I'm for it. Yeah, facts. But knowing our luck, Lokonga will start playing like a prime gullet, a prime hullet. Yeah, he might, bro. He might. You know what I mean? Just, at this point, I'm here for it. I just want something to work, bro. I want my team to win something. That's it, bro. Like, I'm tired, guys. I'm tired. Static saying hello live chat. Shane's bigging up Static. Robbo saying odds on Cecil on AFTV doing a Scooby Dooby, oh my god, aka Zooby Dooby Doo video, just like the Rice Baby. I mean, this guy tries to come on with poems and that. I mean, like I said, if our club could be an area, it would be Shoreditch. Let me just put it like that. Vigilante said, I've started watching less football content and videos make me laugh. That's a good point. Into the box is saying, if bringing in Zubi makes Martin zero doesn't need to track back, then I'm excited. What do you think about Zubimendi, Vigilante, before I finish up the comments? What do you think about Zubimendi? You're not excited?
No.
How do you think
it was all smoke screen? Because last night, I don't know if you saw DJ B did a stream and he was right. It was put on hold, and then all of a sudden it's not on hold.
Oh my god, I didn't see the stream because after I finished my show with Shane, I tuned in a little bit to Kyle, the legend, the old Volcano, on his first stream, and then I just went to eat and was kind of just doing my own thing. So big up DJ B. I didn't manage to see that. Make sure you guys are subscribing to him. But there you go. But then today, you know, as of the link that you sent me, you know, now we're talking about medical. You know,
so which one is it? Is it on hold because he's waiting for Madrid? Apparently, we're interested. Now all of a sudden he's coming to Arsenal. Something ain't right here. We've been hearing this since Jan.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
Yeah.
is the next Benzema, basically. I think.
You reckon? Well,
Yeah.
Fabrizio seems very, very. I don't know. I don't know. Listen, if he don't come, I swear I'm not even going to be too bothered. I swear because
I'm sick
I'm
of
not.
Fabrizio. I have to tolerate that fucker in FIFA.
Yeah.
He's even in that game now. Have you seen it? He's in FIFA.
Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Is that the new one?
Yeah. It's stupid. Here we go every time you buy a player on the new FIFA.
For fuck's
Fabrizio's face.
sake.
It's like, for fuck's
Fuck's
sake.
sake. Yeah, that is terrible, bro. Listen, I've still got FC 24, bro. I ain't bought 25. I don't know if they've got 26. I don't know what's going on there, bro. But I just want to ask about that because they keep trying to throw out that Zubamendi thing. And if you're not a top gooner, most other people are just like, meh, like who cares about it? Do you know what I mean? Like we want a gunman. Like, why are we bringing in another fucking defensive midfielder? But there you go. Let me just try and get to a couple more of these comments. Peppermint saying Teta loves doubling and trebling up on names. Mikel's, Gabriel's, Martin's. He wants another Benjamin. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. You're talking about Sesko. Into the box is laughing. He said, I'm not excited, optimistic about Zubamendi. Okay. Fair play. That sugar monster that goes on Dan and all that, you know, that Marty from AFTV. He's like, is the league ready for Zubamendi? That's what he was saying. I'm just like, really, bro? You know? Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know, you know. Dre saying 51 mil for Zubi Doo. That means the war chest is almost empty. Yeah. I'll ask Vigilante about that in a second because I heard now it's only 100 mil transfer budget plus player sales. Not going to be good enough to get us over the line. Facts. And this is my whole point before I bring Vigilante in. This is my whole point, Dre. This is what I'm talking about Groundhog Day, about about the usual PR tactics that they roll out. They rolled out the same story about they've been rolling out that Zubamendi story since January. Not to say that he would have helped us in the season just gone when we could have won something. This is what they do. They lie. Apparently it was unprecedented. It's gone from 300 to 200 to 150 plus player sales. Now you're saying 100 plus player sales. Like, but what I will say, Jay, before I let Vigilante come in, is that they this is probably why it's taken us so long, because they're not going to pay that release clause in full. It will be maybe 20 million up front and then a few more installments. So that's the only thing I'll say to counteract it. But you're right, it's still not good enough. And to spend 50 odd million on a CDM when we need strikers and attackers makes no sense to me. What do you think about that, bro? What do you think about, you know, the transfer budget and what the club's been saying to what they're actually going to be doing this summer, what they have done?
I don't believe any of it. I think it's all smoke screen. We never ever hear the truth from Arsenal. I'm just taking the approach when I see an official announcement, I'll believe it because it's boring. It is so boring. You get angry. It affects your day.
Yeah.
I'm just bored of it. I packed it in about 3 years ago. This transfer nonsense.
Yeah. No, that's I think you've done the right thing, man. It's better for your mental health. I mean, even for me, I'm just like, look, seeing is believing. You know, I don't want to get all happy and excited to see it fall through. And then people are like, oh, but you got YouTube, so you got to talk about the transfer. So cool, I'll talk about it, but I don't believe nothing until I see them in the shirt. So yeah, I'm with you on that, Vigilante. Big up into the box. He said, I forgot about Vieira. Again, apparently he's doing all right at Porto, but you know, the Premier League's a different animal. You know what I mean? But even still, and the thing is, right, and everyone said the same thing, squad depth, bring these guys back. We could have done with a few extra bodies this season, and you're absolutely right. However, look at the people that we did have on the bench. Look at when we needed goals in games and he's bringing on defenders over Ethan and other players that might actually affect the game. You know, Butler or Oyedeji, he actually identifies as a striker. Do you know what I'm saying? He doesn't trust his team. So even if we bring back these guys, there's a good chance that they're just going to sit on the bench again because he don't trust the team. He's not brave enough. So he is the biggest problem at the club, in my humble opinion. Big up Robbo, he's saying we need Marquinhos back. Fuck yeah, now. Can you imagine?
He's gone, I think.
Is he gone?
I think so. I'm sure I heard something about that.
I hope so. Because Reece Nelson as well, I think he came back off loan because he had to have the surgery, but he was someone that we had on loan as well. He's still not off the books. You know what I'm saying? So there is work to do in the summer, but like I said, Berta should have been working the moment he stepped through that door. And I hope to say that in the next couple of days, you know, the dominoes start falling and we start seeing some stuff, because at the minute it is underwhelming, guys. Excuse me. Into the Box said, we definitely have more than what's being reported. Zubamendi 51 million, Gyökeres 60 million, and a winger needed. See, with the Gyökeres, I don't even know if it's 60 million in it. They want 65 million euros. So it might be 60 million English. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the going rate is, but yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that's the case. Into the Box, I really am, bro. I'm hoping that's the case, because as we're seeing at the moment, it's just a typical Arsenal, innit? Typical Arsenal PR, typical Arsenal doing all the talking, you know, and writing a check that they can't cash, basically. Into the Box also says Kivior will probably have one more season and we will look to sell on. Yeah, but the thing is, my bro, I think he wants a pay rise as well. That's my issue. You know, I don't know what he was on from wherever we bought him from, but he's on big money to just sit on the bench. He's happy to do it, don't get me wrong. And sometimes you need players like that, because not everyone can be a starter, but he wants a pay rise. So yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on there, my bro. I'm not sure. Big up Mr. Robbo. He said we have more than 100 mil. I'd say nearly 200 mil plus sales, most likely. I know, but the fact that we even have to do that, when are the Cronkies going to finally just say, you know what, we're going to put our hand in the pocket and help this club out? Because all the money that Arsenal have spent has not come from their pockets, people. Please know that. We're a self-sustaining club. It's the money that Arsenal make. Big up Into the Box again. He said taking a risk on if he can perform every match, but it makes a better deal if he has more on his contract. Are we talking about Trossard here, bro? Are we talking about Trossard? For me, that's a bit of a done deal, but because obviously, you know, he didn't sign the extension when we offered it the first time around, and then now he looks like he will sign another contract, but only because there's more money on it, and then there's no time. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just hope that's paper talk. I hope that ain't even true. Because I mean, what do you think about that, Vigilante? I think that's a very stupid deal. We're talking about Trossard here.
I don't think it's true. I don't think that's true. I've seen no official report anywhere, and it's just rumours.
Right. Yeah,
we always get this. There's loads of fake things like Football London and all that put out fake stories just to get clicks.
You know, yeah. And I'm hoping that's the case.
You know, next thing you know, we'll be linked to Emil Heskey.
He probably do all right up front for us at the minute. Big up Robo. He's saying him and Marquinhos. Into the Box saying these deals now with current players, not new, gives Arteta until Christmas. I think if we aren't competing, then he's defo gone. Okay, fair play. The only thing I'll say to that is, like, because a lot of the Arsenal fans and people at the club would have said that we've been competing this season because we finished second, but there's no way we were competing this season, in my humble opinion. But yeah, I get it. I just, as Dre said, I just don't want it to be another Man United thing when we get to Christmas, like we sell him. We've already spent money in the summer. There's maybe not a lot to spend in January, and then, you know, we're in a Ruben Amorim fucking Ten Hag situation. But you know, it is what it is at this point. You know, it seems like they've drawn their line in the sand. So it don't matter how much, you know, people like me and Vigilante and everyone else complains. You know, this guy's gonna take us into the new season. Big up Dre again. He said, funny how we want to extend Lokonga, but not Tierney, bro. Let's talk on Tierney for a little piece. Obviously, it was like his testimonial. He got a goal against Southampton. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, he's the best left back that we've got at the club. And I really feel like we've just fumbled the bag with him. Do you think Berta even tried to talk to him, Vigilante, or do you think it's just a foregone conclusion?
I think Tierney was like, no, I'm done.
Yeah.
Why would he stay? Look how he's been treated. And he knows he's not going to get game time. He should be starting week in, week out. His talent and time has been wasted at Arsenal.
Facts.
He should have the armband on right now, not bloody Odegaard, who fucks off on holiday in November.
Yeah, no, absolutely right. I agree, man. Scotland's #1 left back. Do you know what I mean? And we're just letting him walk out the door for nothing. You know, even if you was just wanting to, you know, just try and make some money off the fact that he's going, like, even that. But yeah, I just think we kind of fumbled the ball with
I don't know what you think. I think he's been our left back since we lost Ashley Cole.
No, facts. It's because he don't invert, bro, and that's why Arteta's taking the piss. I think
There's
it's
nothing wrong with that.
no,
Old-fashioned left back,
yeah.
shirt tucked in, does the job, and he can tackle.
He can tackle. He
I'm
can
not hearing
cross.
this nonsense about
Yeah,
injury.
he gets
He's been
forward.
more fit than most of our defence, apart from Gabriel and Saliba.
Great point.
We don't talk about injuries. What about Tomiyasu?
Exactly. And we can't even get rid of him. That's why I'm just like, just rip up the contracts at this point.
Yeah.
Just rip
You
up the
know,
contract.
Arteta, a lot of people forget Arteta signed an injured player when he first came in, Cedric. He was injured, and then he gave him a full-time contract before he kicked the ball.
Yeah. I mean, this is what I'm trying to
So
say.
the warning was there. The warning was there. He does dumbass decisions.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, bro. Absolutely right, man. And we've been doing this. That's why I call it. That's why I call it Ronald McDonald business, bro. McDonald's like we've been doing this clown stuff for a long, long time, bro. And I thought Berta was gonna come in and change it. And from what I'm seeing so far, I'm not convinced. But hopefully, fingers crossed. A bigger into the box. He said Shoreditch equals zest, bro. I'm just telling you, it's you know what it is. It just gives me like soy boy vibes. It just gives me it's all a family. It's just the wrong type of shit that we need at the Arsenal. Big up Robbo. He said Butler identifies as a striker. Views, what is this new pro? Yeah, bro, it needs to be, bro, because if you're a striker under Arteta, then you're gonna probably get played as a winger or a CDM or yeah. So that's why I have to say it like that. He's actually identifies as a striker, and Arteta's playing him as the bench. You know, everyone just sits on Oyadeji. It's crazy. Big up into the box. No, not Trossard, Kivior. Okay, sorry I've taken so long to get to that. But yeah, all right, fair play, my bro. It was about Kivior, so I've taken too long to get to it. It was about Kivior. Man like Tierney showed his class. He did, bro. He did, man. He is a classy player. He's not come out moaning about anything. Like, you know, I feel like we've definitely dropped the ball on that one, man. Big up Dre. He said, at this moment, I don't care who we bring in. Every player that came to us gets a drastic increase in wages, and they get to retire from the pressure of just winning anything. That's a great point, man. That's why I say Arsenal, like when they say Arsenal's got no pull and all that, I'm like, yeah, I hear it. But if you're a mercenary and you just need a bit of money, then Arsenal's the place for you because you can come and double up, triple up. Do you know what I mean? Come and get your money. Big up Peppermint. He said, I think it was too late by the time Bert got to it. Tell already pushed Tierney out. I mean, yeah, I think Vigilante said the same thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, Tierney just had enough. Yeah.
Well, he had a deal done in December. Sorry to interrupt. He had a deal to Celtic already done in December. He just had to give confirmation in Jan. So Celtic weren't messing around. They knew he was walking out, and they had it ready just for him to sign in January, the pre-contract agreement.
Yeah. And I think they even wanted him.
Too late.
They wanted him in January as well, and it's like we said no, because all of our players were dropping like flies. But yeah, fuck
Should have
this
let
up.
him go. I actually think that was a very spiteful move from Arteta. He knew Tierney would have walked straight into a team that's winning trophies, and he was like, no, because he won't get credit for it.
You won't get yeah. Well, there you go. It's just more and more to add on. Do you know what I mean?
He's a spiteful bastard, Arteta. He really is.
Yeah, narcissist, as Shane calls him. Big up Robo. He said, I think regarding Tierney, Berta sadly arrived when it was too late. He could have promised him chances and say 1 more year. This bum ass is gone, then you are him, but Berta arrived too late. Yeah, maybe so. I mean, I actually think they did sign him in January. We're talking about Berta here. They just didn't announce him because they knew they weren't going to spend money. But yeah, I agree, bro. I agree. It was just too late. I mean, if you was competent, that would have been the first place I would have gone. Party Tierney, sit down. Let's see what we can sort out. Let's try and renew these contracts quickly with the other 3, and then we move on to the summer. But it's just taken so long. Robbo saying, sorry, into the box is saying Robbo facts. Gavin, big up, guys. Big yourself up, bro. Hope you're well today, my bro. Robbo's bigging you up. He's saying afternoon, and we finally got to the end of the comments, man. So, you know, yeah, a couple of things there. I mean, do you think that, like, when do you think things are going to start moving, if they're going to start moving, bro, like in the right direction, you know, in terms of transfers? Because all we're hearing about so far is this Zubimendi rubbish. Do you know what I mean? That doesn't fill me with a lot of joy. You know, Do you think things are going to start happening soon, or do you think it's just going to be same old?
Let's be on this. I've got to do something to say. I'm waiting because in a few days, Arteta said it himself. He's sitting down with the board, Berta and Josh, to discuss the season. And I'm going to wait to see what happens with that. And then I'm going to, and then with Berta, from then on is when you really judge him. When we've heard they sat down, then you look at the transfer business that's going on. I think he's got things ready, but Arteta keeps getting in the way. Because I saw big up to Lee Gunner for this. He posted a thing up where talking about Arteta of press conference, something he did, where he speaks about the transfers, and if there's something he doesn't like, he said he asked so many questions to the point where they changed their opinion. That's basically him throwing his toys at the pram. Like, you will get what I want, my way, my way, my way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I had Berta, like I think I said it on your last stream, I jumped on. He goes, he wants Sesko. Berta just crosses his fingers behind his back, goes, yeah, goes to go get Sesko and just drops like someone like Ollie Watkins or someone in his lap and go, there you go, do your job.
Do your job, yeah. Facts. And that's why I think he's finding it difficult because, you know, when you're just kind of getting left alone with what you've built and then realizing it's not enough, that's on you, bro. That is on you.
Yeah, I don't want Arteta getting any of his signings, his little listing crayon, put it on the fridge and go, there's a good boy, we'll give you a gold star. And Berta just, every signing's a curveball to test Arteta. If you're meant to be this amazing coach you claim to be, coach your players. This is what you need in the right areas. Do the job.
Do the job. And I couldn't agree more, bro. I couldn't agree more. Big up Pepperminty saying Teta is truly an arrogant rat bag. Yeah, again, couldn't agree more, my bro.
I pity his child. I pity his kid.
Yeah.
Imagine he doesn't do homework in time. Wow.
He'll start getting out light bulbs and lemons and all this other shit. It's gonna be crazy, bro. It will be crazy. I'm just literally having a quick little look now just to see if there is any other topics we can throw forward. Cunha set for a medical after Man United meet terms of Wolves release clause. Do you see what I'm saying? So Man United, I'm pretty sure, meant to be broke as well. Do you know what I mean? But yet, Cunha is someone.
Their name gets the players in.
Well, I mean, obviously their stadium's leaking, rats and shit. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. You know, I've been hearing about.
That's just a lot. Look at the state of them, and they're getting players in.
No, that's my point. That's my point. Go on.
Arteta, it has to be. He is the same thing every single year that's here, and we're not getting these top players.
Yeah,
he's a common denominator, as they would say.
I mean, how do you guys feel about that? Because Cunha is someone I definitely wanted at the Arsenal, brother. If we was to have like Cunha behind Gyökeres, like now we're cooking, bro. But you know, once again, we're not even in. It only, I don't know. I mean, maybe he only had eyes for United, but like I said, they're meant to be broke. Their stadium's leaking. You know, we're only hearing that they're going to spend 200 million when they probably need a lot more than that. But yet they're still talking to Cunha, they're still managing to get it over the line, and they're still doing all of this stuff before us. I know we heard about the Zubimendi medical today, but we're getting Zubimendi and they're getting Cunha, bro. Like, I don't know, man. I would have rather had Cunha. I don't know how you feel, bro.
I agree. There's some good news there. I don't know if you heard this. You know the Arteta mural at the Emirates?
Oh, it got sprayed.
Someone sprayed Arteta out over it last night. It is true, because I looked it up. It is 100% true.
All right, that definitely. That's what I'm trying to talk about, bro. You know, little Napoleon's taking the piss out of our club. He's literally walking cancer at the Arsenal, and we definitely never won nothing, even this season, because of him.
It's been coming since Jan, sorry to interrupt. When I was at a game and Dan Potts confirmed this, I heard reports of fighting, and he saw, or he was right near it, where there were fighting going on in January.
Of course.
And there were fighting going on a few weeks ago. It's been turning. It's coming. It's turned quicker than it did with Wenger, and it fucking should be. Sorry to swear.
No, but it's fine.
5.5 years with this useless clown.
That's it, bro. That's it. Wenger had credit in the bank. This guy's won
Exactly. It's class. He's
Yeah,
done a lot for
he's
us.
done a lot. He had a lot of credit in the bank. You know, how much does one FA Cup, really do in terms of credit? Especially in terms of disappointing and
I've
all.
got to go in a few minutes, but there's one more thing I want to say.
Go on,
How
mate.
we keep seeing this is yours gold. I'm pretty sure the gold Premier League trophy was given to Wenger on his last game at the Emirates. I
can't
swear
remember.
they came out on the pitch and they gave him the trophy.
I can't remember.
But if that's true, then Wenger's got it. It's not at the Emirates. No one can say it's yours gold anymore.
Well, yeah, that's a good point. I mean, but I've always been saying that anyway. The fact that it
Yeah.
was so long ago, like how much can we keep trying to argue
Right.
back to that when
I
Tottenham
mean,
just?
I was 11. I'm 33 now. I've tripled in age.
There you go. I doubled my age. I was what 20, 21. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to say. It's disgusting, bro. It's absolutely
Yeah.
disgusting. You can't say that anymore, especially when you got those guys from down the road who's won a European trophy this season. Like, nice done. I don't want to hear about is yours gold anymore. I definitely back that. And of
Well,
course, you always go on.
this pink guy Shane's been ripping into.
Yeah.
He was born in 0203. He would have been about 2 when we last won the league. You didn't see that.
Yeah,
He didn't see that.
He didn't see it, and this is how he's acting. So cultish, and he's
Fucking idiot.
he's not seeing.
And I saw one of his other videos. Get this. He goes, Vardy's better than Drogba. I didn't see Drogba's career, but I'm putting Vardy above Drogba. It's like, are you fucking mad?
This guy's gone nuts.
Drogba.
This guy's gone nuts. Yeah. And so I'm glad that Shane's ripping him. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm going to next week, mate. My other channel's up and live. I'll be starting on it next week. And believe me, mate, these fuckers are getting put in the bin. I've had enough of them.
Brilliant. I was gonna ask you, obviously, because you said you needed to go. Like, when is that gonna happen, or what's going on with it? So it's what, ready next week?
Well, it is. I've already started it, but I'm be going live next week once the Wi-Fi and I've set the room for the streaming.
Well, there you go.
When you move, you've got to wait for things to transfer over.
Yeah. I gotta get in it at my mum's as well, so I gotta work that out as well very soon. But yeah, man. There you go, people. You're gonna have more content to look forward to. Peppermint saying fans need to really stick it on him from the start of the season. No, it's only game week 3. Drop points make the environment toxic. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. And people have said that. You start even for Ange, because all the Tottenham fans, they were calling for him to go no matter what happened in Europa, but they won it. And now they're saying that he's got to now they're saying stay, but guarantee if they start, if Tottenham lose like the next or the first 3 games of the season next season, the pressure's going to be right. Is that what's that? 06?
The Invincible, when we ended the unbeaten run.
Oh, the unbeaten at the 49.
Yeah. This is a show of success, not that new shit that we're trying to get pushed down our throats.
I don't buy it. Yeah, I don't buy it, bro. No. I don't buy it. There you go.
This is a real Arsenal shirt, bro.
Legend. That gets the air horn. There you go, bro. That's Reyes. Remember Reyes, bro. Come on.
I did have a bunch more. A lot was stolen when I got back moved from South Africa, the fuckers. But yeah, that's one of the few I do have left.
That's classic, bro. Reyes as well. I remember was it the Sun? All I can remember about a lot of there you go. 02, mate. It's Reyes of Sunshine. I can just remember the headline. But there you go. So today, I don't even think, I did read that. Big up Mr. Robbo. He said the kid probably says, well, I didn't do them because the ink pressure in pen was different and light bulb. Are you talking about Arteta's kid? Was too light. Small margins. Small margins, guys. Big up Dre. He's saying people said that the board let him down at the start of the season, but Edu stated every player we wanted, we signed. Moreno, California, and on loan Neto and Meg the Sterling. With them, we win in everything. Delusion. There you go. And I remember looking at that interview from Edu, and he's like, we're really excited. We got all the work done. We got everyone we wanted. Bro, these players are shit. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that goes for half of the players more than half of the players that these guys brought. So yeah, we're seeing it now, guys. Anyway, we are seeing it now. Big up Peppermint. He said, same. I was 10, now I'm 30. There you go, bro. It's too long. You can't say
Bullshit.
ours is gold anymore. Absolutely not. Big up Robo. He said, come on, Vigilante, gonna be nice. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Big up, big up, big up. Dre said, I was 6 when we last won the league. I'm part of the playback gang. I had to educate myself on my club, and even I know that this is not the standard. Facts, bro. It's not the standard. Facts. Great point, Dre. Facts. It's not the standards at all, bro. And even all this time down the line, we're still seeing the same shit. We're still seeing the same PR from the club, the same talk. We're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and we end up doing fuck all. So all we can do is hope and pray that things.
I've got to jump off because my phone's about to die.
Yeah, no worries, man. Thank you for jumping on, bro. Always welcome. Big yourself up, Vigilante, man. And obviously when your channel's ready, we'll start getting your links in the chat and all that good stuff, man. But big up, man. Thank you for coming on.
You won't stop to this one. It's my gaming channel, and I will be doing stuff on this at some point next week. But the other one will be going as well.
Yeah, I'll put it in the title as well, innit? Yeah.
But chat, take care. Smash the like for this legend, and I shall see you in the next one.
Big up, Vigilante, bro. Big yourself up, man. But there you go, people. I mean, obviously, I think the link is still in the chat. I don't know how much longer we are going to go on for. But let me know, man. Let me know what you want to talk about. Obviously, there ain't even too much to talk about because maybe Zubimendi, but that ain't exactly exciting, is it? Let's be honest, people. It's not exactly exciting. But yeah, just to go back to some of these points, man. 20, 21. I think I was 21. No, 20. I was 20. I was 20. Oh, I weren't. Hold on. I was 20. 2004, 20. You know what I'm saying? And that's how long it's been. And we've had standards since then, people. Well, we should have. And then it's all just been ripped down. And look at the state of the club now. Look at the state. Look at the state of the club now. Sorry, guys. Oh yeah. But let's get some topics in. Obviously, how long this show goes on is going to depend on you guys. But we are back. We are back tonight. Under the Lens is back. Mr. Robbo. You can see him in the chat. He's got his own channel. You know what I mean? Make sure you subscribe to that. We are back 8 p.m. UK time for Under the Lens. Do you know what I mean? Let's try and turn up, man. Let's try and turn up for Mr. Robbo. I would have done the whole sharing the stream thing with him, but I'm on Streamlabs. I will be on StreamYard from next month. It's way more expensive, but Streamlabs is annoying people. Big up Dio in the house, man. Big up Dio. Hope you're well today, broski. We aren't going to sign who we need to sign to win the league. Yeah, I think we've pretty much been discussing that, my bro. I mean, how do you feel? I mean, they're talking today about Zubimendi having a medical. The medicals are now booked, and this is what I want to hear from Arsenal. If you're talking about transfers, let's not talk about verbal deals. Let's not talk about hearsay. Let's talk about, deal done, medical booked. But let me just say this, guys. How are you feeling about? I'm not excited about Zubimendi. I'm sorry, it don't excite me. We need a flipping striker, guys. Do you see what I'm saying? Oh my god. But there has been a couple more comments come through. Big up Dio. He said best hope is in the domestic cups. Facts. I'm now with the same I'm now with everyone who says if you just win the Carabao next year, that's not enough. If you win just the FA Cup, is that enough, guys? We've only got one FA Cup in half a decade. Is him just winning the FA Cup next year enough? Because I think it's got to be a cup double next year if he's going to stay any longer. But I think Dio's right. We ain't winning the league with the type of summer we're looking at already. There's no way in hell. And especially if Gyökeres is just like messing us about, he's just parring us off, waiting for the best option. We are not winning no league like that. This is getting on my nerves. Stop it now. Stop it now. Yeah. So I totally agree, my bro. Totally agree. But I wanted Arsenal to be the first team announcing transfers, not Liverpool, not Man United. And I wanted Cunha. I'm not going to lie to you. I was one of those that thought if we get Cunha and we get like Semenyo or Eze that can play on the left, they could even rotate. And then we get a Gyökeres. Like, I'm happy with that. But Cunha's going to United. The fuck's that all about? Do you know what I mean? But big up Dio, man. Thank you for passing through. Rich, big yourself up, man. Rich, hope you're well today, my guy. Said views, big up, mate. Chat, big up, everyone. I do not care about signing Zubimendi one bit unless I see a 3 new attacking players. This window will be a 7 at the most out of 10. What 7 if we have Zubimendi and 3 attacking players? If we just get Zubimendi, then this is a terrible window. Do you know what I mean? Say, for instance, we've been looking at like Gyökeres and Rodrigo, and then we end up with like, I don't know, fucking Hudson Odoi and Sesko or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, or Mitoma and Sesko. Like, bro, I'm tired of getting the B Tech selection. Yeah, I don't want, you know, the generic brand. You know, if you go into a supermarket and say, for instance, you like muesli and you want to go and buy Alpen. Yeah, I want to go and buy Alpen, bro. I don't want to go and buy the generic version that just says Sainsbury's on it and it tastes nothing like Alpen, bro. Do you know what I mean? Just tastes like cardboard in your mouth. I've done it. Now I just buy Alpen. You got to live and learn. Yes, Alpen's a little bit expensive, but if you like good muesli, you pay for quality. That's just it. My God. My God. Big up Rich though, man. Big yourself up, my bro. Thank you for passing through. If there's any mods still in the building, and most people are flipping mods over here anyway, let's get Rich's link in the chat. Let's get Vigilante's link. Let's get Robbo's link. Let's get some links in the chat, and let's keep it consistent with the community settings. Yeah, consistent people. Everyone follows everyone. That's what we want to see. Big yourself up, Rich, though. Definitely appreciate your opinions and put in what you want to chat about, guys. Like I said, this show intervention is for you lot. As you saw, Vigilante came up and had his little what he wanted to talk about, and you guys are welcome to do the same. If you don't want to come up, or you're at work, or you don't want to be on camera, then put your topics in the chat. Put your topics in the chat. Let me get to some more of these comments. Big up Dre. He's saying, how many players do you truly believe? I think I not. I think I read that one before, my bro. Will help us win the league if he stays full season. He bet. Oh no, I didn't. He better win a double if he ain't winning the league or Champions League. Your opinion? I truly believe, yeah, that we need to get minimum 5 players in. Like I said, we need to go and spend money on 3 truly top players that are going to help us win games and get across the line. Someone like Cunha would have been in that. Gyökeres, you know, Eze, because I still rate Eze, and I think Eze will do well on our left wing, and he can come in and take over from Odegaard when he's far arsing about. So I think Eze would be a dope move. Do you know what I mean? Rodrigo, if we got someone like that, Rodrigo and Gyökeres, that would be crazy. From I'm hearing Arsenal are messing about over a 10 million a year wage deal. Like, someone needs to get shot at the club, innit? I'm sorry, I don't really care how bad that sounds, but that's my point. But yeah, realistically, I think we need 5 players. With the players that we've got going, there's probably going to be about 5 players going. So realistically, we need 5 players in. We need more. But if you're asking me, you know, what I truly believe will help, if we get back Vieira and Lokonga, not that I want them back, but if we do get them back, that will obviously boost the squad. And then, so we'd have 7 players in and 5 going out. So we should be a couple more players better than what we were. So I think he'll spend money on like 3 players, bro. And then we might do a couple of loans, which I'm all right with. If you get me like 5 players and you don't fuck up the loans like Neto and Sterling, you don't do that, then we might have enough. And then, of course, you've got to then extend your work in January. You can't ignore January, even if it's just to try and get rid of players, or, you know, get rid of one more player and bring one more player in, or even if you just bring in one player in January that you couldn't get in summer. Like, either way, he's not going to be able to have the summer that we need this year. You know, I think it's going to take him a year, 2 years. We're gonna have to wait and see. But I feel like if he gets in 5 players, then, you know, we could hope to be competing next year. And like I said, it needs to be the domestic double. One of those cups isn't going to, don't get me wrong, I'm still going to celebrate. I'm still going to go to the parade. Like, I want to see my club win. But for Arteta to stay, then he needs to do a cup double, in my opinion, which I think is realistic and which I think he should be taken very serious next season, because the league is going to heat up with the way Liverpool are moving, with the way they're moving. They could be going back to back. Man City is not going to sit on their hands. Newcastle won't. You know, Chelsea won't. So there we are, guys. Big up Peppermint. He said, nope, it wasn't enough for Wenger. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't enough for him. So, and the thing is, Wenger didn't just get one FA Cup in 5 years. I think he got 2 or 3 with top 4. So the grass ain't always greener, guys. And I was someone who wanted Wenger out. Let me take that back. I'm saying the grass ain't always greener. It ain't always greener, but I'm going to take it back purely because we did the right thing in getting rid of Wenger in the end, because he was too stubborn. You were starting to be a detriment to the club, just like Arteta is now. So you do have to get rid of these managers, but we need owners and we need people at the club that's got good talent ID, bro. That just stops wasting money on donuts. Excuse me. Big up Dio. I seen that we're looking at bringing in Kubo. Fuck's sake. No chance we're going to threaten the league. Kubo needed to be brought in 2 seasons ago, not now. Facts. Even Sesko, that's last season. That ain't this season, guys. That isn't this season. And Kubo is another small player. I just don't see it. I mean, I'm not saying he's totally shit. It's like I got eyelash stuck in my eye. But yeah, that is not the type of player that we need to be bringing in to make statements. Look at Liverpool. They just won the league and they brought in Florian Wirtz. Like, that's why I've got this thing in the background, bro. Stranger Things. We're in the upside down, guys. We're in the upside down. Big up Rich. You said views if we sign Zubimendi and Sesko. That is 3 out of 10 facts, bro. That's not a good window. I know we do need a striker, and of course Sesko is better than anyone that we're playing up front at the moment. But it still don't mean that you're who we should have should have gotten. That still don't mean that's a statement. It's still another young potential player when we need someone to shoot right now. Osimhen, fucking Julian Alvarez, Gyökeres. Do you know what I'm saying? We need someone to shoot right now. Everyone talking about Sesko. He got 13 goals this season in the Bundesliga, and he got 14 goals the season before that. It's hardly tearing it apart, is it? But Dio rates him highly. Maybe we will all be wrong. Maybe we'll all be wrong. I don't know. But like I said, yeah, if you're talking like I was saying to Latimer's Prime yesterday when he was mentioning Osimhen, that's why you mention someone like that, because you can expect goals from them. With Sesko, it's an and an Arin. Do you understand what I'm saying? Gyökeres, you can expect goals from Gyökeres. If you went and got Kane right now, or even a Lewandowski at their old ages, you can still expect goals from them. They're the type of players that we need. Even if it don't work, every player is a risk. But you need to be going for the... Florian Wirtz might not work at Liverpool. But is it not a massive statement that they've just got Florian Wirtz? That's what I'm trying to say. Why are Arsenal never in those conversations, guys? Why? Big up Shane again, generic setting. Bro, generic settings, bro. Generic settings. I wanted paracetamol and I'm looking at some fucking... I don't even know what to call it. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's still paracetamol. That's what we're on. Oh, yeah, but that one's the same thing. It just costs like half the price. That's what we're on. This flash, bro. But quality costs money, guys. It costs money, guys, more than you can believe. Yeah? We're seeing after half a decade, you can't, you know what I mean? Yeah, the car takes petrol. You can't keep putting diesel in it. It's going to fuck it up. Like, this is what I'm trying to say. Like, this is what's going on at the club, people. Big up Shane each and every time. Let's get him to 900 as well. Big Big up Dio. He's saying the window we need is Sesko. I told you, bro. He's a very big Sesko fan, bro. I just don't see it. But anyway, I respect you though, each and every time, my guy. Mitoma / Williams. That one I don't agree on. I'd rather take Mitoma. Williams 400k a week. There's no way I want to pay him that money, bro. He's not worth it. But let me finish your comment anyway. Sesko, Mitoma / Williams, Zubimendi, Hato, and Simmons. I'll definitely take Hato. I'll definitely take Simmons. 100%. I think I told you that last time. Replace whichever names you want. It needs to be five players in the same profile. Facts. I don't think it will be though. I think we'll get like 4 good profile players or 3, and then get a couple of decent loans in. That's what I think will happen. But like I said, Bert, you can prove everyone wrong. You can come and do a madness, but I need to see it, and I need to see it now. I needed to see it yesterday. I'm sick of waking up every day and there's nothing. Like, oh, now it's a medical of Zubimendi. But that wasn't the player I wanted. That's not exciting, bro. But big up Dio, man, each and every time. Big up Dre. He said, personally, I believe we're not winning the league. Yeah, same, bro, because we can't stay hard for that long pause. We'll let that bottle. Yeah, we'll bottle that again as usual. So he's got to win a double or the Champions League. Yeah. And I don't even think we're good enough to win the Champions League. We could have done it this year, but we still weren't good enough to get past a couple of those teams. Let's be honest. And that's even after we got past Madrid. So, but if we would have had some players in January, if you would have just spent the extra money and said to Gyökeres, yo, like, you're on a release clause, bro, like, you might want to be respectful to Sporting, but we need you now. Do you know what I mean? But we Arsenal never move like that, guys. We never do it. You know, we're the guy at the bar just looking at the girl, you know, staring daggers into her rather than just go up and approach. You know what I mean? Like we're too scared to hear no. A big up the like thief. Hope you're good today, bro. High views just passing through, pal. Big yourself up, man. Appreciate you, my guy. And I know people are coming in. The numbers are going up and down. Just hit the like for me on the way in or way out. I appreciate you all, people. I really do. Big up Rich. He's saying Dio, definitely Kubo should have been signed 2 seasons ago. Yeah, he's good attacking. He's a good attacking player. He is, even now, but it's just not what we need right now. I think he's too small. I just don't know. I think that's a risk. It's a bigger risk than buying a Rodrigo. I'm telling you. Like, why? Anyway, big up Rich, though. Rich is bigging up Shane. Community settings. Dio saying if we can get Kimmich, he would put us much closer to winning the league unless Arteta played him as a CF because he's on that now. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I was saying about Butler Oyedeji. He identifies as the striker, bro. You've got to put it in that language because Arteta is using him as the bench. You know, when the players are sitting down waiting to get substituted, they're just sitting on Butler Oyedeji, bro. That's why we never see him play football, because then there won't be a bench. It's fucking crazy, bro. Big up the vigilante, saying big up chat, smash the like and sub to legends in the chat. Yeah, please do, man. Please do. You know what it's like over here. We're always trying to help people, community settings, you know, and hopefully that will never change. Peppermint saying, what do you make of the theory that Berta has been brought in as an scapegoat for when it goes bad next season? I mean, scapegoat, yeah. I mean, there might be something in that because I feel like Arteta's already doing things like that. You know, he's looking like look what he done at the end of the Newcastle game, bro. You're trying to point up at the board. It's up to you guys now. He's already doing it. The board, Berta, he will throw his own mum underneath the bus if it means he can get 50 million a year for 1 more year. Let me tell you that. This guy doesn't care about nobody. He don't care about these players. He talks like he does, but his action, that's why I always say, watch what they do and not what they say. You love these players, the feelings you've got, all of this shit. Why are you flogging them? What, you know, why are you making them all get injured, running them through the ground, pushing them back onto the pitch? I thought you loved the players, bro. I thought you loved the club and the vibe and the fans and all that shit. So what's going on, big man? So when the fans that are paying, you know, highest prices in Europe, when they ask you for a little something to keep them excited, what, we're asking for too much? How about we take 5 million off your contract each year to maybe help us in the transfers? How about, you know, all of these pricks, Cronkies, whoever's getting paid by Arsenal, how about we start docking your wages a little bit to help us in the transfers? Help us with the transfer kitty. Yeah, let's see how they act then. But I don't know, Peppermint. I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, look, what does that say about Berta if that's the case? If Berta allows himself to come in and just be a yes man, what does that say about Berta? Unless Berta's on the same type of money as Arteta. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe that will make him a yes man. I don't know, guy, but it's a great question, Peppermint. Big yourself up, bro. I don't know though, is my honest answer. I don't think so. You know, I'd hope I hope not. Because what would that say about Berta if that is the case? Big up DOB saying Rich, he's good, but not for now. Should generally go for Mbeumo over Kubo. And I don't even like Mbeumo. See, I'm the same, bro. It's not to say that Mbeumo probably, you know, he would probably improve the shit that we got at the club at the moment, right? But I don't know. I just got a feeling like, just like Mateta, I know that they do well, but I've just got a feeling like, I don't know, like it's just not what we need to make a statement, guys. Players like Mbeumo and Cunha, even Cunha, I would have taken him this year, but even players like that was probably for last year, going to pick off this house, bro, going to pick off the Premier League's players, you know, like before they had a good season, almost. Do you know what I mean? Like this season, it needs to be Gyökeres, Rodrigo, Lookman. It needs to be statement shit. We need to see that the club really means business, in my humble opinion. I'm not being a snob, though. If we couldn't get any of those players and it's only those players, cool. But like I said, I think it's a year too late. We should have got Eze last summer. We could have got him for 40, 45 million. Now they're talking about 70. I'm just saying, guys. Saying, let me get to these comments though. Big up Vigilante's got Riches in there. Big yourself up, man. Shane's in there. This is the top mod out here, man. Big yourself up, my guy. Big up Dio said, we'll loan Jackson from Chelsea, Sancho from United. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. I mean, Sancho for me is better than Nelly, but I think they're on similar GA this season, which is crazy. You know what I mean? Absolutely crazy. Big up Richie saying Gyökeres, Rodrigo, or Alvarez and or Semenyo in my attacking options. Yeah, big up. Yes, I can see you there, bro. Just give me a sec. Thank you. Big up. There you go. Anytime, Rich. Community settings. Peppermint saying I rate Kubo, but it would be more as a right wing backup rotation. Fair play. Rich is saying if we sign Gyökeres and Mbeumo and Eze, then I see a window what us fans deserve. I wouldn't be upset with that. 3 seasons, no investment in our attack. The whole focus should be on it. Our attack part from Saka and Wanyeri. Yeah, fact. Let me bring in Yassar, make that a bit smaller. Absolutely. What you saying, man? You good?
I'm good, man. How about you?
I'm all right, man. Ticking along. It's hard being an Arsenal fan nowadays, bro. Victor Beth, you get it? You telling me you good?
I hear it, bro. I'm good, man. What's the transfer saying like for Arsenal? Because I heard a bit.
Cool, bro. Really, Zubamendi, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like we need attackers, we need strikers, and that, and we're hearing about a CDM. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but even the Zubamendi thing, was it the Sammy Mokbel thing?
Sammy Mokbel talking about.
Yeah, but man said from what I heard, he said he's gonna have, or he still needs to do the medical, which we all knew anyway. Like he didn't really say anything, if that makes sense.
No, of course. I'm looking at it now. Yeah, Zubamendi set for medical. That's all it says, really. Set time.
Yeah, so that yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? Because we thought it was done. You know?
It should have been done. This is what I'm trying to say. All they're doing is talking. This is what the club does, bro. This is what they do. And to be honest, even if it is done, I'm still not excited, bro, because we need a gunman, bro. You're bringing in another fridge, all right? This guy's not as big as those other guys, but you get what I'm saying, innit? It's another CDM, bro. That's not what we need.
This is my question to you, though, Vusy. Do you think that if you get a striker, that you might have to change the way you play?
Yeah, it depends what striker. I think that's why he wants to get Sesko. I think that's why Arteta wants Sesko, because he's just like a lamppost in it, so they can just keep crossing balls in. If we do get Gyökeres, then yeah, we probably will have to change the way we play. So it's not just getting a gunman; it's what Arteta will do with it as well. So yeah, you're right.
Which is why even the strikers we were being linked with, I just want the one that suits us the most. Like,
Who do you want?
because remember nowadays it's all systems based. You're not
Facts.
relying on individuals to do their thing as much as the system, innit? Which is if you look at if you look at a City, when they bought Haaland, they kind of messed up with their thing, with their way of playing. Now,
Right.
obviously, he's still got the goals, which is not. I'm not saying he's not getting goals. He's still getting the goals, yeah.
Mhm.
But that's just because of how much City create.
Yeah.
So he will get the goals. But if let's say if they played in a way that suited him more, he could still be scoring more than that. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so the way I'm thinking is I'm looking more at the profiles of the player, because the way I'm doing it is like, okay, cool. If I can get a striker and he got listen, I'm not saying, of course, we all want the best strikers, but I think what's recently happening is I think the fans are just looking at each other and saying, I want my club to get whoever is considered the best striker, or the way they're looking at it more is the GA.
Yeah.
So the guy with the most GA is the best striker. Now, you could say obviously the number's the number. You can't argue the numbers, yeah. But at the same time, Nunes had a high GA at Benfica. Do you get me? So if he comes in, even when they try to play it in a way that suits him, he hasn't been able to get the goals, bro. So I'm not concerned about getting an expensive player just to say my club done the business, and then it might. Remember, if the player flops, it's £100 million flop or £60 million flop. Like we see, like what happened with us and Lukaku, innit?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is slightly different because he didn't want to play. But it's like, brother, you get a £30 million player and he does and he flops. He's £30 million. You get
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say?
Get it.
So I'm looking more. I've been kind of thinking a lot more about the whole thing because remember we need strikers as well, yeah.
That's what I
So
wanted to ask you, Yasser.
I'm
Like,
because
who
remember Jackson gives us everything besides the finishing,
besides the finishing, bro?
which is an issue. Do you get
So
what I'm saying? It's just if he could finish, we would never have the issues that we have right now. But at the same time, it's like I'm looking at players and thinking, okay, cool. Like an Osherman might bag me the goals, but he got the trampoline foot. You know,
right.
how long is that going to be?
So
Huh?
just obviously because you're talking about the right fit for the team, which you're absolutely right. Yeah. So I want to put a couple of caveats to you. Yeah, because this is what Shane's saying as well. Like, are these players even going to want to play for this manager because of the system? So it kind of marries into what you were saying. The same thing for Chelsea, because I'm pretty sure it's system based over there as well.
Yeah.
So that's a great point that you made. And I just wanted to get that bit out of there. But then, so who do you think right now in 2025 is the ideal man that comes and fits into Chelsea right now? Because I think goalkeeper, striker, and defender, and you man are challenging. So who's the striker for you then? Is it a Delap? Is it a Osherman? Who is it?
Me personally, I think if you're looking at experience, you'd probably get an Osherman, and that's more because of how much we cross the ball, yeah. But if I'm looking at like almost like the complete player that I feel like would be I don't know, man. That I feel like, for me personally, I just like the lap a lot in terms of what he has and the size he is. You know what I'm saying, as a player, the way he moves, like you shouldn't be moving the way he moves for someone his size, and he can dribble. He got feet. He can strike the ball with both feet. He got 12 goals at Ipswich, bro.
He can progress the ball as well. People forget this, bro. Like he's quite dynamic, in it, Leon Delap.
Yeah. And a lot of people, you know what it is? They're looking down, obviously, because he plays at Ipswich or whatever it is, but he got 12 goals. He's the only outlet at Ipswich. These men sit back and he stands at the halfway line and he has to basically get the ball and go all the way to the other side of the pitch.
Right.
So if he gets to do that less and play with better players, bro, he can hold up the ball. So there's a lot of things. I don't know, but I have this weird feeling that if you don't buy him now, he'd be the guy that's going to be 80, 90 million next year. And he's basically like the next king. Does that kind of make sense? So maybe he doesn't have the passing range and that, but he's playing. He can occupy those defenders. So you give people like a Palmer and whatever more space, more time on the ball.
Facts.
Bro, Palmer's already created 70 chances this season, bro.
Yeah, no, he's done well.
And if you look, and then just quickly as well, yeah, I was speaking to like Lewis and all the Chelsea fans yesterday on their thing when we talk about the strikers, and then apparently, Delap has only had 760 chances overall last season. Or this season, I just gone in Ipswich. Jackson had 60 in the box, bro.
There you go.
That we create so much, and this is the thing that we don't realize because we're not scoring as much now. Yeah,
Yeah.
that we create so much, and it almost doesn't matter who's in the box at this point. It just has to be someone who's a natural striker with that instinct. Our issue is that Jackson's a left winger playing up front, so he lacks some of those instincts. He might be sometimes at the back post instead of being in between the strikers, and all the small things that you look at as a for striker, he's not there sometimes, and I think that's our issue. Other than that, Jackson as a player himself is actually a very good player. You get me?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's just that we just need someone that just scores the goals, and
Bro.
that's the thing that we're lacking. So
Always
for me,
like-
it's been more. This is what a lot of people are saying. No, Delap. Obviously, we linked. We for some. There's rumors out there now saying we might buy 2 strikers by the end of the week, or you know what I'm saying, or we might get one. So it's looking a bit very. We don't know what is really going on. It all depends on whether Delap ends up joining us or goes to United.
Right.
We're still linked to Ekitike.
Right.
But the problem with him is that obviously they want 100 million euros, so 84 million pounds,
That's a lot.
which is a lot, yeah. And then you start to think, yo, maybe not, you know. For 84 million, that's maybe a bit mad. And you got the usual Sesko links, isn't it?
Yeah. The thing is, go on.
Yeah, my issue with Sesko is just a project striker, bro. Like he just looks way too raw pause here in terms of like he ain't got everything seems to be almost like he's still learning.
Yeah, yeah. See, and you're saying,
man, it's more on the counter. All his stuff is on the counter, based on the pace. Can he hold the ball up? Do you get what I'm saying? Is he good? Is he gonna help us with the link up, with the way we play and all that kind of stuff? And it's like, I'd rather just get the lap for 30 million. You get me? Instead of risking on someone 60 who's 60 or whatever million they're saying for him.
And Delap is Premier League proven as well. That's the difference. Do you get it? Like I'd rather have Delap over Sesko, and I really mean it. But you know, Arteta, like I said, as you said, systems. But I think that's a good move for you lot, and I feel like you lot should strike while the iron's hot to get him, because I think he'll come. I think he'll suit you lot. And like I said, it don't always have to be the glitz and glamour. For Arsenal, it's a bit different. I mean, you've made Champions League this year. You know what I mean? You're playing in the final tonight. So for you to go and get someone like Delap, just the pieces that you actually need, Arsenal need to make statements. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the difference. But before I bring you back in, obviously your link is here. Big up Vigilante for getting
Big up Vigilante.
Make sure someone goes and subscribes. There's 12 of you in the building. Like, you get me, there's only a few. He's saying sub to Yasser, 28 needed for 300. So let's try and help with that a little bit, people. Make sure you go and subscribe to Yasser and show a little bit of love. And I was going to shout you as well, because I'm doing, obviously, where the season's ended under the lenses. Yeah, I done the Latimus Prime yesterday, another Chelsea guy. So yeah, so I'll shout you anyway for that. Let me just get
100%.
a couple of these comments quickly, because there's about 57. Jesus. I will skip everyone bigging each other up. I hope you're not going to feel upset about that. 14 likes, like and subscribe. Come on, let's get that to 20 at least, people. Big up Static though. He's saying views, facts, Arteta is pure evil. Yeah, man. Yasser's bigging up the chat. That's when you came in. This is how late I am, bro. So I just want to try and get to a couple of these quickly. Peppermint saying, yes, that's what I'm getting at. Do we know how much Bertrand is on? Everyone has their price. Do you know what? That's a good point, bro. He might be a scapegoat. I already feel like it's going that way a little bit. Big up Rich. He's saying, if Liverpool sign 4 players, we have to sing. Bro, they're already going mad. Kirkes is probably on the way. Frimpong, they've already, worked. They got their big boy pants on, but they are going.
Man said we have to sing,
Hey, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Because that's what we need. We're about to finish the season trophyless. Forget second, bro. Like, you get it? Like, the Arsenal fans need something, bro.
I spoke to Hussam yesterday about Liverpool, and I said to him, obviously the business they done is good, and obviously the players that he wanted, Cherky and someone else, looked like they were going to City or potentially. And I was saying to him, like, it looks like one of them transfer windows where Liverpool would just come and get their business done and dip early.
And dip, yeah.
And then he said, but I still feel like we might be getting a striker. And that's probably because obviously if they get rid of Nunes, so we'll see what they're on. They're not moving like they usually move, but they had to back this slot guy in it. Otherwise, them Dutch managers they ain't staying, bro.
No, facts, bro. And I said that. I said Liverpool fans should feel a little bit aggrieved this year because I know they've won the title, so they ain't gonna feel any way. And congratulations to them. But they might have
Yeah.
even had to do a double or even a treble if they had backed the coach this year. However, they have backed him this summer. They're moving before the league even finished. You know what I'm saying? They're moving with their big, and this is what they do. Every now and again, they have summers like this, and they get all the things they needed, and those players will then serve them for the next 3-4 years. And this is what other clubs need to do. Do you know what I'm saying?
For me, it was just the words thing, I wasn't sure about the words thing. Even though he's a good player, 100 million is a bit mad in terms of if you look at potential resale value. If you look at it from a business, obviously the money's not ours. 100 million, if he's a good player, is what it is. I have a feeling that they bought him to build it around him.
Yeah.
He's that Soboslai guy, he's just a Gallagher in the 10. What I
Yeah.
mean? Some of those players look good on the club because he like the running system. Remember Gravenberch? Gravenberch and Gakpo, people were saying you have to get rid of them.
Yeah.
But as soon as he became a bit more possession based, those are the players that thrived, and he's the one that just looked like a runner.
Great.
I feel like I think they're also looking at the future now in terms of if a Salah leaves, if a Salah leaves, if whatever they're gonna kind of start building around the 10. Do you know what I mean? Which they kind of put it down as words, which fair enough.
Yeah. No, work. Listen, at the end of the day, bro, I would have bit my hand off to get Works, bro. At the end of the day, these are players.
Yeah, you got Odegaard.
Yeah, we got come on, bro. Like you get me, Marmoush, Kvaratskhelia. These are all the players that I was saying. Why the hell are
Well,
we?
you've been linked to Morgan Gibbs White, innit?
Morgan Gibbs White, but Chelsea.
No, not us, bro. You lot.
Are we? Oh, I thought he was
Yeah.
linked to City. I thought he was linked to City. I ain't heard
Yeah,
none of
but
those.
I've heard something about Arsenal trying to hijack him or something.
Really, Ross. Okay.
Judge Mo was talking about it today, I think.
Okay.
This morning.
Yeah. I mean, I'm even hearing about Turkey maybe moving, and that's someone I like as well. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, why are we moving so slow? Arsenal anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. But let me quickly get to a couple more of these comments because they're flying in. He said, "Look, big up Static. Lookman is no different to Mbeumo. We will agree to disagree." I don't even really disagree. I just feel like, I know it sounds stupid, but Lookman's kind of just got the better name in it. Do you know what I mean? Like Arsenal needs something. When you see how Liverpool signing works, that's a statement. We need something. So maybe we make the statement somewhere else and not in that position. But yeah, man, I don't even really disagree. Big up Static, man. If Liverpool sign 4 players, we will have to sign. Okay, so we won't even sing. We have to sign 6 players. Simple as that. They have a better squad. Same with City. They got Rodri back. Etc. Marmoush is firing already from January. Yeah, I know. Like Arsenal, I already feel like we're behind the curve already. I mean, I don't know about you, bro. Yasser, for your team.
Yeah, I was gonna, I was gonna jump in this one quickly. Yeah, I know you want to go through the chats, but a lot of people aren't realizing that with it. Let's say Arsenal's already a little bit behind, yeah, in terms of a lot of players that you're saying you need, whatever.
Yeah.
And I also had the conversation. I think he was with Aaron Shane and that, where I was saying a lot of these players are on the bench, or you don't have a bench still. If you look at if you want to say, because I remember the Chelsea game, I looked at the bench and there was all kids on there, yeah. So if you have those players leaving like a Jorginho and Kivi or whatever, all those players that the usuals that that might be leaving this summer, so you almost have a lot of catching up to do and trying to get players in to get ahead of everyone else.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So at this point, because of how many years it's been in terms of phase 5, whatever you want to call it, you're not at the stage where you're making steps back and forwards. You get it? You're 2 steps back forward. You're not really moving. You're not building on top of what you have. People are starting to leave and you're replacing them instead of building on top of what you have in it, which is a lot. People aren't really realizing that because they think you're second in the league and it's just been a good, it's a bit, usually second in the league would say you challenge and you know what I mean? But it's like, if you really look at it, I've been around a lot of Arsenal fans and I know that the season hasn't looked as good as everyone thinks it is.
Facts.
Do you get me? We know that you played the dark cards, you just played the low blocks. We can go, we know what happened throughout the season. And for me, every time I think of it, I just feel like you're going to have to buy. Now people are already talking about getting a 10. because of Odegaard or getting a striker and maybe a left winger. And you get it. So it's like you're not
Yeah.
just replacing players you have, but at the same time, you might have to do this where you buy the players that are going to start, and all those players that are already your starters end up being bench players.
Bro, I'm
But now
here.
you might have a Havertz now on the bench for what 260.
I know, and the thing is,
Yeah.
but the club's already died on that sword. The club backed Arteta, he's backed this guy. Now we can't get who's gonna buy him now, bro? Do you get me? We'd be
No,
lucky.
but you have another problem with the Saliba thing, innit? The wages thing. I don't know if you heard about that. He's trying to get. Well, obviously, he's looking around now, saying he's kind of trying to hold the club hostage about the wages.
Because
If he's gonna get a new contract, he's looking at Havertz and whoever's on that big contract,
I
saying,
don't
"Yo,
blame him. I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I wouldn't blame Magalhaes. I wouldn't blame Saka because how is this man on more money than everyone and he's shit? Fam.
Yeah.
Get it? So
Yeah.
I don't. So yeah, and then the thing is, I always say, Yasser, like if you mess up, if you shit the bed and you don't want to clean it, bruv, then you're gonna have to sleep in it. And this is what the club's doing. And a lot of Arsenal fans are just like here to just get along. And that's why I'm here. That's why Shane, Aaron, Lee, everyone else is here because this is not it. And we're hoping that Berta was gonna come in and be competent. You get me? And fix up this Ronald McDonald business that we keep doing. And so far, I'm not seeing it. Like I ain't confident in it just yet. You know what I mean? Obviously, that can change. We'll have to wait and see. But as of
yeah,
now,
the window hasn't opened yet, and whatever you want to call it, but
No, I
the
get
usual stuff."
no, I get
Yeah.
that. But then why is why are we hearing about Cunha having his medical and Frimpong? And you understand what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo,
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, 100%. Because so far, all we've seen with Arsenal is that you're interested or you're eyeing up this guy and that guy, but you've always had that. You know, it's not
always,
something new, innit? And I
always.
know that you guys want to see something new in terms of
Yes, my bro.
like something different, even if the approach is different to what you used to in terms of that he's doing something different. You get,
Yes.
does that make sense? As in,
Yeah,
he's coming and you kind of feel like you want to feel like Berta's in charge
yes.
from what you're hearing, but what we're hearing is just people butting heads, bro. Like he wants Gyökeres, this guy wants Sesko, and we get a midfield. There's maybe another left back, whatever. And I'm like,
It's dark. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to say. We're still seeing the same old same
but
basically.
I don't get why you're looking at a 10. Yeah, sorry, bro. Yeah, but I don't know why you're looking at a 10 if you got Ethan.
Because it's like you don't trust him there, bro. You don't
But he
trust
hasn't done anything wrong to say we can't trust him.
bro.
Does that make sense?
No, it makes sense. Of course it makes sense. Of course it makes
Do you
sense.
remember us though? Like, be honest, yeah. Do you remember when Ethan and that left back, wasn't it, Skelly, and that made their debut?
Yeah.
Skelly not as much. People rated Skelly, but when Ethan came on, even rivals were saying, "Yo, you got a proper player on your hands." Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There was no. People weren't looking at it like what. There was no like biasness and that. You know, sometimes rivals are like, nah, he's all right. Da, da, da. He's the one player that you have in your team that everyone rates, no matter what club they support, whatever.
Yeah.
Because he's got because if you notice, it's because he actually is quality. Because when we said back in the day when Martinelli was firing and there was a fan saying, "Yo, maybe he ain't the guy," some Arsenal fans weren't taking it. They thought it was just biasness. But now you get it. Even when you lot say, "I don't like this Fabi Vieira guy" or any of the other players on the pitch, everyone, even the Arsenal fans, look sideways at you. And then until they want the player out, like Zinchenko, you get it years later. It happens, and sometimes it's just one of them things, isn't it? But he actually had quality, so it's one of them ones where I've never really seen him put a foot wrong, or not that I can remember. And I know they had a couple poor games, like before he got benched, but he was bringing him on to save the day for him. Like,
Let me explain.
microwave minutes.
Let me explain. Yeah, microwave minutes. I've been saying that. Let me explain, bro, because that's what I'm trying. That's why I'm so onto this guy to get out of my club because he's not brave. He's a donut. And the moment Saka started to come back, like, oh, Saka's gonna be fit for the champs. I was saying on this channel, see you later, Ethan. You're gonna get dropped. He's done it in the past. He does it with other players. You know, even if they're in form, he drops them. He definitely don't trust Ethan in the 10, and he trusts him more on the wing. But the fact that Saka's back means that. And then behind the scenes, bro, apparently he was late for a training session or something like that. And this is what Arteta does. He's an absolute Everest, bro. He's an
late.
Everest. I can't even say the whole word. yeah, and he's late for a training session, and now he's disappeared from the club like Tommy Yasu, bro. He's taking the actual piss, is what he does, bro. And you're right, Ethan hasn't done nothing. Even if he did turn up late for training, yeah, he was helping you out, saving your bacon, him and Miles Lewis Skelly, while all these players have been out. And then the moment Saka's back, you just drop him like a bad habit, bro. So of course he's not going to be feeling like, you know what I mean?
But he didn't look. He didn't look good on the right wing. He never like. He didn't really look good on the right wing. You could tell he didn't. He
See,
didn't play.
that's what
He
I
think he. So he
disagree.
was.
That's what I disagree
I
because I
think he looked better in the 10. I
see a
thought
lot,
he would looked way better in the 10, especially when you're missing that Odegaard guy when he doesn't do anything. You were at least getting stuff. It was now I know that he was doing that thing where he cuts in and shoots when he was running down the wing, yeah, and it worked for him because his ball striking really well. But because he's good in tight spaces, I think he could do well in the 10.
Mhm.
Does that make
No,
sense?
I
'Cause
don't.
if you don't get so when Odegaard was in such poor form, I thought at least try. You get me? Try playing this Ethan guy that you got on the bench, and maybe Odegaard will know that maybe his position's in danger and step up.
Of course, but it's Arteta, bro, and Havertz
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Odegaard, they're his little pets. That's what I'm trying to say. He doesn't trust him in the 10. Yeah, when I've seen him play there, he does look a little bit crowded. Me personally, I think he's had better games on the right, but it's not to say that he can't come in, as you said, especially when Odegaard's been stinking out the place. Like, why are you not at least bringing him off at 60 minutes and then bringing on Ethan? I've been calling for it, bro. I've been saying that Ethan can cover. That's why I was saying, don't worry about Ethan's time next season because he can cover right wing. He can also cover Odegaard, and that's what should be happening. But this is
Yeah.
Arteta, bro. This is
Mhm.
Arteta. He's a fucking terrorist, bro. I'm gonna have to just say it, bro. That's what he is, bro.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
He's
Yeah.
something else, bro. He's literally something else. But let me try and get through a couple more of these chats though. Big up my broski, Dr. Seymour Butts. My bro. Hope you're doing well today, bro. I will contact you very soon. Sorry that everything's been busy. He said we already have to change the way we play. The thing is as well though, for this comment and to what Yasser was saying about do you think we're going to change the way we play or have to if we get a striker, bro? He changes for the last 3 seasons he's been changing the way we play. All we had to do is tweak 2022-23, just tweak it, but he keeps changing and we're getting more and more defensive, and that's the problem. We're looking rubbish. There ain't no good football anymore. Seymour saying big up everyone, smash the like, big yourself up, my bro. Peppermint Zubermendy's more like one of those fridges you have in your uni digs. Yeah, one of the mini fridges, isn't it? You know, like that. Rich is bigging up Seymour. Big up Rich. Dre saying, true man, I just don't understand why people call fans entitled or entitlement when, as fans, the only thing we demand is that we win trophies as the third biggest club in England. That's in your job description. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, Arteta would probably do good at a Bournemouth for someone like that, but this is Arsenal, bro. Like, you know what I mean? This is not it. Rich is saying Berta will either be Berta, he was at Madrid, or he's come to Arsenal for a very big payday and become a puppet. Yes, man. That's what I'm saying. So far, guys, I've not been filled with confidence. As Yasser said, I know the window does open in a couple of weeks, but you know, especially players with release clauses, there's things that you can get done. Big up BX in the building. Hope you're good today. He goes, let's go. It's your boy B Day today. Oh Lord, oh Lord. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to BX Gunner, bro. Happy have a good day. Hope you enjoy it. Don't think about Arsenal because that will spoil it for you. Big up Rich. Views, can you see Arteta signing Nkunku or Rashford because he will think he can revive their careers? Oh my God, just to benefit him rather than our club. Well, you know what he's like, innit? You know he's Mr. Charity, Mr. Save-A-Ho. Nkunku I would not take like at all. You know, I'd rather take Jackson to play left wing. I'm being terribly honest. You get me? Rashford, I wouldn't want. You know what I mean? I was saying that in January, we needed bodies in January, anyone in January. I was still saying no Rashford, no Rashford. But he has done good at Villa. You know, he has. So, but yeah, I'd probably say no. I'd probably say no. We're in the summer now.
Rashford's linked to Barca.
There you go. There you go. Do you know what? I've
But
always said players like that, you know, even Odegaard, maybe go to Serie A, maybe go back to La Liga. Like it might work out better for you now. Do you get me? I don't know. I don't know.
yeah.
But wouldn't it be typical Arsenal to be taking more rejects? You know what I mean, from Chelsea, like it's just from anyone. You know what I mean? So I'd rather steer clear of that. To be honest, Rich is big enough. Gunnar BX is big enough. Rich, there we go. Seymour saying happy birthday. Spark it, yeah, like an Outcast track. I hear it. Just trying to get through and see if there's any questions. If Real Madrid call for Saliba in the summer, he's going into the summer. Don't be surprised if City try for him. Who for Saliba? I think if he is gonna go, he's on his way to Madrid, bro. I already feel like his head's been turned a little bit, and if what Yasser was saying about the contract stuff and all the rest of it, I mean, not to say that he shouldn't do that because he should be one of the highest players at the club, but I feel like it's come at a very nice time, you know, when he's running down his contract. And yeah, I get it. You know what I mean? He's saying appreciate you, Rich. Big up Yasser. Big up Mr. Robbo. Catch us later at 8 p.m. for Under the Lens. The lap is a bit like Kane. Yeah. I think Yasser said something like that as well. Another ex-Man City player. Yeah. Question to the panel. There we go. I was just looking to see if there was anything like this. If Chelsea don't win tonight, do you want Maresca sacked, or was him qualifying for champs enough? Those celebrations proved it after the Forest game, though. Obviously, I'm not Chelsea, so it's directed at Yasser, bro. I mean, what do you think of that, bro?
No, you know what it is, yeah. I think when it got closer to the end of the season, we started to really realize how important Champions League is. Like, it's weird because we're in a weird situation, like position as a club where we usually you're not there celebrating top four, but we've been out of it for so many years. Our front shirt sponsor relies on it at this point, as in, you know what I mean, to get more money in and then to be able to spend more money and to attract players for the whole Champions League stuff, like what happened last season with Olise, where he wanted to come, but we didn't have Champions League, so he went to Bayern Munich, and then there's no excuse. Like we read that even as fans, we wanted the Champions League so much because then we don't have an excuse for the ownership to not say, oh, we didn't have this, we didn't want to do that, we couldn't do this. So like the more the end of the season came, the more I realized that top four was more important than this. Now, do I still want to win the Conference League? Of course, bro. Trophy's a trophy, and then at the end I can say I got top four and a trophy. But what it means for me in terms of us as the club is just that it's like obviously with the European thing, that means we're the first club to ever win all the European trophies and that. So there's a bigger meaning to it in terms of, I know it's just the Conference League, but the bigger meaning is something else, yeah. So obviously today, of course, I would want to win it, but I don't think I'd want him sacked. Purely because if I think if he has to go, then all the sporting directors have to go with it. Does that make sense? So it's just one of them. I don't think, for me, I've already said, like, from what he's done this season, I'd give him the extra season. But then I don't look at the Conference League in a way where it determines where his job goes. It's not like losing the Champions League final or something. Does that make sense?
No, it makes sense.
It doesn't look the same to me.
It makes sense, but I mean, what I'd say is typical Arsenal fans, bro. Like for you lot to say that, having won Europa, having won champs, you know what I'm saying? But for Arsenal fans to be looking down on the Conference League, bro, like find some shame in it. Find some shame, bro. How about that? Because it's a European trophy. You get me? Something that we ain't had for a very long time.
You know what it is, yeah? Your views. I know this is funny, but you know the Arsenal woman won that Champions League, innit?
Yeah, Sledgers, yeah.
And yeah, but our Chelsea woman won the treble.
When?
Maybe the baby treble. Yeah, they've done the invincible thing in the league and won 2 other trophies. So
like for me,
I mean, and our most successful manager ever, like the woman one, she's already left, went to America. This one's in her first season and won those trophies. So it's like, I think it's the double or the treble. I could be wrong, but you know me, I don't pay that much attention to the Chelsea woman. But it's just like me, I'm not gonna change and say all of a sudden, yo, because we never won a trophy over here. You get me? My woman's manager won the double or something. You get?
These men are absolutely embarrassing, bro. Like it's hard. That's what I'm trying to say.
Man.
It's hard out here. And even when people are going on, because I've seen people saying it, and you know, I've seen other people talking about all the celebrations and this, that, and the other. I think even I was thinking, fucking hell, bruv. Like it's just champs. But however, obviously speaking to Ladamus yesterday, he was talking about losing sponsors, and you get me, trying to obviously, if you don't win stuff or qualify for stuff, then you can't get a sponsor. And not just that, yeah, I actually had to try and just put my reality cap on. Imagine if it was Arsenal, like they'd be celebrating. Like you can see what Arsenal fans do now. So imagine if we weren't in the champs for a few years and got there, they'd probably be
But
celebrating.
you were there recently. Do you remember when that Lives guy was in the stadium listening to the Champions League music? Remember that?
Oh, that's what,
And they were
bro,
all crying and that.
bro,
I know what it means to get back to it, but it
man.
was just for me. Like you know that it's different. We obviously got that younger squad thing, and we missed out on Champions League last season and stuff like that. So it's almost like we just wanted the squad to get to the Champions League so we can build on it from there on.
Yeah.
And we didn't want it to be another thing where our aim for next season is to get top 4. If usually you don't get top 4, you're not gonna just say, you know what, just add the players. Yeah, whoever you end up getting, we would go challenge. You have to kind of be realistic as well. We already didn't get top 4 last season, and we had to basically say, you know what, we got a manager who's from won the championship, not as experienced as the previous guy, but we're gonna end up saying, you know what, we can't say win the league, but how about this? Get top 4 and win us trophies, innit? And then you can build on that.
Can't argue with that. Can't argue with that. Big up Mr. Robbo. He's saying more Sesko links. Fuck's sake. He's saying why apparently Leipzig would take around £60 million, same price as Gyökeres plus Sesko is left out of Leipzig's pre-season currently due to Arsenal and United's interest. Please go to Man United, bro. Like, I'm so sick of this shit. Sesko probably bang for Chelsea, bro. Probably bang for United. You probably would. I know you're saying it's a project player, and I think the Lap would probably even do better than Sesko. However, like, it's just not who we need right now. Like you I know what you're saying. You don't want another project player, but your team is kind of made up of a lot of young players. There is a few experienced players in there, and like you said, you lot are at the building stage. You just hit the champs. You just won it. Well, you could probably just win a trophy, sponsorship, other players coming in. Like, I don't think that would be a bad move for Chelsea or even United. And that's not me even bantering. I just think what Arsenal need, and the season that we've had, that we need something to be excited about in it. Do you know what I mean?
It's similar to Tottenham. Sorry, bro, but it's similar to Tottenham. Look at the season that they had, but getting Champions League. I know that obviously it's the Europa League. They won a trophy to get there, yeah, so it's a bit different. But getting to Champions League, it almost kind of resets them to being back up there. So now, whether they perform, and that's different, but the mindset is almost like we got top 4.
Yeah.
So they can almost start to build on from what they have.
Yeah.
Whereas if they were just like, look at United now, they didn't win that thing. They didn't get into the Champions League, and you almost feel like they're building all the way from the bottom, which is 16th or 15th, trying to get all the way to the top, innit? So,
no, that's a good point. That's a good point, man. That's a great point. Mr. Robert saying, yeah, Arsenal and Forest want around 100 million for Morgan Gibbs White. Jesus Christ, are you kidding me, bro? And big up Wolfie, because he's like, look, if anyone wants to buy Morgan Gibbs White, I'll talk him up to the cows come home, because they want to sell him. They're like, he's not as good as everyone keeps going on about, and he's a Forest fan, so maybe that's something to yeah, big up Wolfie. Big up Dr. Seymour again. He said Ethan got benched and left out because he showed up and would have kept pillow foot on the bench. And then, yeah, there's that as well. Fraudetta loves defending his the arrow always gets in the way. He's subpar players at the expense of the team. That's what I'm saying. Havertz, Odegaard, even Saka, bro. Even though, yes, Saka's probably our best player or whatnot, he needs competition. Do you know what I'm saying? But he's always gonna be in when Arteta's the coach. Teacher's pets.
I would say Saka is the most effective. I wouldn't say best player, innit?
Well, you know what I mean, but he's the player that we look at in it to make things happen. Yeah. He's our only player like that, really. Obviously, we look at Magalhaes, but he's a centre back, so I kind of feel embarrassed saying that. Do you know what I'm saying? That we should be looking at Odegaard, Rice. I mean, he's had to learn a whole new position this season as well. Like, I don't know. It's just a bit mad. It's just a bit mad. But one thing I will obviously double down on is that he's definitely got his teacher's pets, and Odegaard's one of them. He needs competition. Absolutely. Big up Nemanja saying Chelsea hate watch. I don't know, maybe, because I don't know if I can, because what time is your game tonight, Yasser?
I think it's at 8. I think.
8 o'clock. Yeah, you see, and I'm doing it under the lens with Robbo at that time. So
no. There's no need to. There's no point in hate watching, bro. You know what our team does anyway, bro. It's just gonna be one of them. It's gonna be a failed hate watch, and then you're gonna have to watch to lift the trophy, man. And it's not worth it.
I hear it, bro, but I'm just slow. I'm slyly banking on Anthony to do a madness today, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like something. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, you're right. I watch Man United Spurs. People are like, why are you even watching this? Feel the pain, Arsenal fans, innit? Feel the pain. Be upset with the club. Don't be upset with me. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, be upset with the club, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I'll tell you. But big up Nemanja Vidic though. He said can't wait for the what phases Maresca in. Yeah, it's coming, bro. It's coming. You know what Lee's on. Big up Peppermint Freedom. Oh, I agree with Wolfie. Morgan Gibbs White is overrated. There you go. Big up Rams. Where have you been, bruv? He said, how have you been? It's been a while. It has, man. I hope
Big
you're
up,
well. Hope you're well, my bro. Big up Dre. Question: do you think under this new ownership of Chelsea that you are winning the league soon, maybe even before Arsenal again? What you saying?
You want me to answer that first, or do you want to answer?
It's for you, bro. It sounds like
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And then, but you know what it is? I think we can both answer this because we can get your viewpoint from outside of
Okay.
like an Arsenal, Chelsea support, and then you can. But I think we can. You know what I mean by that is, I don't know, man. I think this season, in the beginning when we were playing well, I saw what the level can be. Do you get what I'm saying? I've seen what we can do if everything goes our way, and obviously not everything goes our way footballing wise. I know that, but I'm not gonna start doing that Arteta and say I'm hoping everything goes. But you get the point. The point is like, I know that once we add quality in the places that we do need to add quality in is where you see the difference. So I'll give you an example. Like last season, I think we conceded 60 goals. This season has been decreased to 40. And a lot of people keep saying they don't rate our defense and our goalkeeper's been letting in all the goals, whatever, yeah? So that already kind of gives you an idea of what the improvement's been like, even though it's been kind of quiet. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I personally think we were missing players in key areas or players that weren't performing in key areas, like a striker, a goalkeeper. Maybe our defense hasn't been the greatest. You know what I mean? But I feel like if we add those players up front, obviously we already got the goalkeeper coming in or whatever. I feel like we can challenge next season, in my opinion, bro. So that already puts me. Yeah, and bro, you look at how can I say this? I think your defense is better, especially your centre back pairing. Obviously, right now you got a better goalkeeper than us. But then when I start going forward, I don't necessarily rate your midfield. I don't know if you do here. But then the front line is the front line. Do you get what I'm saying? We know about your front line. Bar Saka, no one really in that front line is up to par in terms of when it comes to challenging, whether it's for the Champions League or the Premier League. Does that make sense? But then I don't necessarily rate my centre-back pairing and the goalkeeper, but we have good fullbacks. Our midfield is probably one of the best, if not top 3 best in the league. And then up front, we have some players that you would call good or whatever, but I think it's just really the striker. Does that make sense? Maybe not necessarily like a right winger, but it's not far off. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I think
need 3 pieces.
so. I do think, and I think for us, it's more of a mentality as a club. So I feel like, I don't know, man. I do feel like, because you see, this is a weird one. I think when you guys, played the attacking football and all that, wherever it was, when no one was injured, and I think Saliba got injured at the end. Was that the season you were 9 points ahead, or was it 93%?
More. I think it was actually more. I think it was.
That's the one where you were 93% ahead or whatever it was, isn't it? That's the year.
Yep.
So that's the year I thought maybe you could win the league, and when you didn't, that's when I was like, I don't think we'll see these people win the league till phase 10. Now I said that a joke, yeah, but it's, bro, you're at like phase 5 or 6. I only got 4 phases left now. You're right. You know what I mean?
Phases,
you get what I'm saying? And even Henry that spoke, I don't know if you've seen it. I was there yesterday or this morning. I seen the clip. There's a clip of him saying that, how can man not win no trophies in 5-6 years? Like it's a 5-6 years kind of thing. Yeah, he's on the overlap, innit? He's in the overlap. He's on one of them shows that they sit on that table, you know, with Gary Neville and that.
Yeah.
Ian Wright was right there, and, you know, man just telling him, man ain't won no cup. Because it's a tall building, you know. That's what he was saying, bro. It's crazy.
Ian Wright's the chief.
So I personally do think we can win the league before you lot, but it just depends on what business we do this summer. Like our summer is very crucial to what we can end up doing as a club. Does that make sense? So
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but my
But
little
that
child.
might have slight biasness, though. It might potentially have slight biasness, but
No, well, it's your club, innit? I hear it. No, but I said
yeah,
you need three pieces. Your defense might have obviously got better, but I still feel like if you get a centre back, if you get a competent goalkeeper and a competent striker, and when I say competent, that's what I mean. It don't have to be world beaters. Then I believe you can challenge. I think what derailed your season this year is when your manager came out and said we're not title challengers. I didn't
yeah.
agree with that. I
But
think
now
that
he came out and said he told everyone to F off now. You know,
yeah,
you know what it is. I was
well,
chatting to Mike. You know Mike's the West Ham
yeah,
fan.
of course I know Max.
Yeah. And he goes and he was telling me and him had a little back and forth on Twitter, and he was like, I rate what Maresca done at the end of the season and that. And then I was like, yeah, I know, but he was like, he basically just kept quiet to the end of the season and told everyone to F off when the job was done. You know,
I
so
hear
he
it.
didn't gas it. He didn't gas it, and then
Well.
ended up with nothing. One of them ones, isn't
What
it?
I will say, it's not quite an Ange moment though. You get me? Because Ange done it before the fact, so that's definitely a Denzel. Like I'm leaving
No.
with.
Yeah, bro, it's not the Ange thing. The Ange thing is bad, man.
That's a
Man
bad
said that within my second season. He specified when and where, yeah.
specified, bro. Like
Yeah, and he got it done, bro.
that's a bad man thing. So, but at the end of the day, you got the job done. You told everyone to fuck off. But I'm just saying, bro. From the outside in, it's like that because that correlated very well with your drop in form as well. I was just like mentally, it's like almost like you're kind of letting them off. I know they didn't want that pressure. But at the end of the day, it comes with the game. You know what I mean? If you spend money, because you lot, you had a good summer, in my opinion. And yeah, I think look, anyway, let me get to the point. I think you're like 3 pieces off. So if you get that this summer, then
Mhm.
then you could be title contenders next season. And if Arsenal continue to do what we do, far ass about, penny pinch, get the B-Tech version of who we need to get, then yeah, long story short, then Chelsea could win the league before Arsenal. Big up Peppermint Freedom. He's saying I got 15 quid on Betis. Big yourself up, bro. I don't do the betting thing, but big yourself up. Robbo saying Yassa, it's the year of the bird. Finals and titles won with bird badges or icons. Guess what? Betis having their badge. I was trying to troll you,
Bro, we have a lion, bro. We have
I
a
said a
lion.
lie.
No
Oh,
bird.
but let's have it right, bro. There's a little bit of truth in that, innit? There's a small little bit of that there is.
Mhm.
But let's see what happens tonight. Big up Rams. He's saying that I've been so busy with studying, but I'm finally back. Big yourself up, man, and I hope the studying's
bro.
yeah, man. Hope the studying's going well, my bro.
Have you seen his badge though? It's half Real Madrid, half Ipswich, you know.
Ipswich, bro. Yeah, bro. And he came in as I'm pretty sure as an Ipswich fan, and I was like, bro, we got an Ipswich fan in the chat. Like, I was bigging him up, bro, because there's not many of those around, bro. Let's be honest. So, you know what I mean? I said, yeah, hold the real, because when you do something like Ipswich, bro, you gotta have the little, the what do they call it? Not the secret. There ain't nothing secret about it, but anyway, you know what I'm trying to say. You gotta have
the second team. You gotta get the second team. You know what I mean? But you know what it is. Yeah, he's kind of done what Godfrey done. Yeah, because remember, Godfrey don't you come on my chat? He's the Arsenal fan. When he got tired, he's on the half hour. He got the half Real Madrid thing. I was like, this is the wrong season to do the Madrid thing. Yeah. Any other season, it's a W, but this season, even the team you left has beaten the team you joined, bro.
It's wild, bro. That's why you ain't even seeing Lee jacking that so much, bro. I'm telling you, bro, this ain't the season for that. But I get it, though. That's what I'm trying to say. I get it, man. Big up Rams each and every time. Big up Dio. He said, "Can someone explain to me why Arsenal fans try to gaslight each other on Havertz?" because their cult leader Arteta wanted Havertz and still wants Havertz. Even when he was asked about him in the press conference, he kind of looked down and kind of gave a little smile, like he was like a giggling little schoolgirl. Like, this guy loves this guy, bro. That's why the Arsenal fans fight for him, because Arteta fights for him. I think that's about as good as explanation as anyone can give.
I got a little explanation. I think that over the years, you've sold us a couple good players, innit? Like an Ashley Cole, but we've also sold you a lot of duds, innit? But at the same time, I think a lot of the fans were hoping that Havertz becomes their get back. Does that make sense? That Arteta turns him around and then they can turn around and laugh at us. You get it? So they want to stick with him in case he turns out well and he can flip that. But in reality, we all know what that signing is, innit? You get what I'm saying? We all know what that signing is, bro.
That set us back years, bro. Honestly, it really has. It really has. We're
financially and footballing wise, bro.
Yeah. Like all across the board. All across the board. Big up Dio. He said, "You see, I respect Liverpool fans because none of them tell each other lies about Darwin. He's crap. End of. Meanwhile, our Arsenal was info wars over Havertz. See, I ain't heard that for time. Big up Dio. Info wars. Remember Alex Jones? Yeah,
Yeah, but that's not true though. You know, because I've been on Husam's channel for a long time, yeah, and I've seen how they used to back this. There used to be wars over Nunes, bro. But at some point, they all accepted. When they started seeing that he's costing them stuff here, that's when they kind of all accepted that he might not be the one.
Right.
That makes sense. But there were a lot of people that were doing this thing, give him time. He scored 40 goals in Benfica and all of that. You know how it runs, and after a while, but then all the excuses run out. But at least a lot of them accepted the fact that okay, he might not be the one.
All right.
Whereas with the Arsenal thing, there's always a new thing, innit?
Let me ask you this then, yeah, because obviously, like with Havertz, bro, do you get it? Like he that hasn't worked, and people are still fighting the corner. Do you get me? Like, so even with Liverpool, they can come together and say, "Yeah, man, we tried," but you know what I'm saying with this Havertz thing, bro. We still got man fighting the corner, talking about how bulky he's got. Do you think he's bulked up, bro?
I ain't seen him like because I remember I think he played in it. He brought him on before Ethan the other day, or whatever. Like one of those games.
Yeah.
I think I was on Lee's watch and I was watching him, and I found out he came on, but I wasn't watching the game because I was outside. But
Fair play.
I don't know if he's bulked on or not. But that's what happens when you're injured, and especially with those hamstring injuries and that, where you have to sit down the whole time because you can't always walk and whatever. Yeah, you're gonna add weight. So whether he's fit or not. His playing style is his playing style, isn't it? It's
That's
just that
saying. Sorry, go on.
he plays the game at his own pace. He's one of them players. He doesn't dictate the speed, but it's just he always brings it down to his pace, and his pace ain't really pace. So it's not quick. So I don't know. You need to get improvements on him. The problem is already like either the manager's shoehorns him in some way, but he can't do it in the left eight. Where he's supposed to play, innit? He can't do it where he bought him for, which was the Xhaka role. So he has to come up and because I've said when he bought Havertz that's the sword he's gonna die on. That was the player for me that if that one fails, he might have to just dip in it. There has to be a way where he's just gonna be like filled, and you realize that he just kept playing him, whether it was in the 8, whether it was in the front, in the 10, whatever he was, he's gonna just keep playing him, bro. But on the wing, I can tell you that right wing he can't play on there. Bro, whatever you do, there's no point playing him on there because I've seen him.
You can't play anywhere for me. Moreno's come and looks more deadly in front of goal than Havertz, bro. So for me, his time is done. But because he's an Arteta pet, he's gonna die on that sword. I've said it, you've said it, loads of Arsenal fans have said it, except for the cultists that back him. Dio saying why he got so much defense. Like I said, the cultists, my bro. I know you're vexed, we're all vexed, but there's nothing we can do. Godfrey saying big up Yasser.
Big up Godfrey, my brother.
Man saying, hey, big up Godfrey, how you doing? Big up Rams, big up Dio. 9 goals in 23, but they will insist he was top. He was on to score 20. No way, bro. No way. Big up Dio. We seen Havertz miss open goal. That's what I'm trying to say. He's rubbish, bro. There's no two ways about it. Godfrey saying, yo, Rams, big up G, all good, and you. Big up Aguna Matata. Big yourself up, bro. He said, yes, views, little break at work. Big up you in the chat. Big yourself up, man. I ain't playing hot stuff today, bro, because the last time I did, I got copyright, bro. So next time you select tunes for me, bro, make sure we're all good on that. But big yourself up, bro. Thank you for passing through. Dio saying, pending what happens this summer, I might not be here this time next year. At least I won't be here to talk Arsenal. No, I hear it, bro. I hear it. Ram just saying, all good, mate. Guna Matata saying, this got me worried about us getting some B-Tech players when we need elite top class to get over the line. That's what I'm saying, bro. And this is kind of looking like we're going to be doing up B-Tech. It's kind of looking that way. Godfrey's laughing, big yourself up. Mama, Maybach music. E-Ross in the building. What are you telling me, bro? Hope you're good today. Godfrey's bigger than E-Ross. Godfrey saying Havertz looks the same. Nothing has changed. That's what I'm saying. Nothing's changed, bro. He's on the floor like he's trying to tidy up. Like it's ridiculous, bro. The guy needs to go, bro. E-Ross saying big up every time, my bro. He said Godfrey saying, Yasser, you seen the Ekatike news?
No, I haven't, but Godfrey just put the quote in the chat, innit? Or just put if it's a tweet or something, just put it in the chat. I'll have a look at it now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they're just going quickly on Havertz. Yeah, Havertz, bro. Like, to be fair, nothing he's done at Arsenal I haven't seen, and he may have even done more for us in terms of obviously the winning the Champions League and all that. But
Mm,
besides that, I think the goal there in the Super Cup or something, bro. That's the only two goals that. There's literally 3 or 4 moments that I can name you that in the 2 3 years that he's been at us that what he's done. Other than that, it's literally just been someone that just goes up front in it, and you don't really get anything from him. And
mhm,
I know
mhm.
that he had some good moments at Arsenal, or maybe a run of games where he scored. But that was one of my issues when people saying, okay, because he scored X amount at this point, because let's say he was bagging every week or whatever it was, just because he did that doesn't mean that he's projected to score 20 goals. Brother, you don't know what can happen, like an
It's
injury or something.
perfect. It's
So
just
you
a
can say that he's projected, but you can't all of a sudden say because he's projected to score 20 goals
that he
that
is.
we're going to just end up saying he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. It's all,
So,
yeah. You're right. Absolutely right. I'm just reading it here. It says transfer sector. I don't know how reliable that is. Chelsea are in concrete talks over Hugo Ekitike. They would like to complete the deal as quickly as possible if they are aware of LFC's interest. That's what I'm talking about. If Liverpool get a competent striker, it's back-to-back Drake settings, bro. I'm telling you. Like Liverpool are in the race, departures are needed. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe Godfrey will put up the same thing.
he did, yeah.
Yeah,
Ekitike with Chelsea are currently in concrete talks over him. Understand Chelsea would like to complete the deal as quickly as possible as they're aware of Liverpool's interest.
same thing.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, I don't think Ekitike is, but obviously he had that good time linking up with Marmoush and stuff like that.
Hmm.
I do think obviously putting him in a team with Salah and that obviously is going to be inverts. Is going to be it's going to be danger, bro. But it's just I don't know, man. I just want someone that kind of looks like a centre forward, bro. Not really like a false nine or like a winger or something. Does that make sense? I don't know, man.
Man,
And with the lap thing, is a bit more. He's played in the Prem, and
yeah,
if you think about it as well, yeah, a lot of players that've done well in the Championship usually do well in the league.
the Prem.
So
Yeah,
like Ollie Watkins,
Elise.
I'm not saying he's great, but like
Yeah,
an Ollie Watkins, Tony, you remember Tony when he came through, all
Tony.
of those players that usually go there and do their thing, usually kind of do well in the Prem.
Yeah,
And
bro.
he's already done well in the Championship and the Prem in
That's why.
terms of the club that he's at. So he's already used to it. So that's almost like a safe signing, and also considering the price. You get what
Bro,
I'm saying?
facts.
So
Yeah. If I was Chelsea, I know obviously the glitz and glamour would be Ekatike, but I'd rather have the lap because, like you said, he's Premier League proven. Do you get it? So that's a
there's
no-brainer.
rumors of us getting both, but
Yeah, that would be
it
on.
depends, bro. If we get both, it's dangerous. One of the issues we had with getting Osherman was that if we get Osherman, then him and Jackson will both go to Afcon in January, innit? So that month you wouldn't have a striker unless you
Yeah.
have a kid on the bench that can replace them. So I don't know. The problem now we have is that we don't know how Jackson would react to being second or third choice from someone who was first choice. Does that make sense? Sometimes the younger players kind of start to feel like they deserve to be there now because they've got a taste of being number one. So with his persona, I don't know if you've seen Jackson. He's a bit more. He's very expressive, isn't it? So he's one of them kind of players where I don't know, man. I have a feeling that he might not take it well, and if he doesn't, we're willing to sell him, innit? So that's probably why we want to get two strikers just in case he wants to leave. Then we're not in that situation where we're scrambling to get someone else. So they kind of putting him as in, you can fight for that second spot with this guy or that guy, or we'll just either sell you or put you on loan, innit? We only paid 45 for Jackson, so I know my club is gonna sell him for a profit somehow, some way. So
Yeah,
so
no, he's not good at selling, so that's calm. Yeah, maybe even getting both of them might be a very good look. To be fair, it might be. Eros is saying B Tech players incoming along with C Tech loans coming back. Absolutely right. I'm hearing about Sammy Lukonga getting an extension. This is just disgusting. Aguna Matata. Yeah, bro.
Oh, is it because they weren't able to not to get rid of him, but they weren't able to keep him at whatever loan club that he was at?
I'm not sure. I literally just heard that this morning. I think someone in the chat was talking about it. Like it's disgusting, bro. Like bro, it's just it's hard out here. It's hard out here. Guna Matata saying on hot stuff, phone on side, back to it, Gooners, or not. Big up to all. Big yourself up, my bro. Godfrey saying Plattenberg been getting things spot on, seems reliable. Okay, about the Ekatike thing, fair
Yeah.
play. And that part loans coming back. Oh yeah. About the C Tech loans. Big up every time. Big up E Ross. Arteta, yeah. Wants nothing but yes men. That's facts. Big up E Ross. Godfrey saying, I hear Aston Villa were interested in Jackson a few days ago. Don't know if that's true.
That is potentially true, and the only reason I'm saying that is because remember, Emery was his manager at Villarreal. So
Mhm.
Jackson's one of those players that got into the game late as a footballer. Like his development started later on, and I think he played on that left and up front at Villarreal with that season. Remember when you guys played in the Europa League and all that against Villarreal when Emery was the manager? And he recently done an interview, Jackson, where he spoke about how Emery helped him a lot and all that kind of stuff. And potentially, they never replaced Duran when he left. And if the striker that Watkins guy ends up going for whatever reason, they might want a striker, and he could be looking at him. And there were links to Villa, so we don't know exactly what's going on over there. But if he does want to end up leaving, we'll always find him a space anyway. We always find somewhere to sell him. So
Yeah. I hear it, bro. Big up Dio. He's saying we will loan Jackson and Sancho, sign some CM from Betis, sign a left back from Belgium. I don't even doubt it, bro. I don't even doubt it. I'm not filled with
he's a Chelsea fan, isn't it?
No, I
Was
think
Arsenal
Dio's
fan?
Arsenal, man. Dio's Arsenal. Yeah.
Nah. Listen, Sancho's staying, bro. There's no news. There's no confirmed news, but I don't think he's going.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think so, because if you think about it, Sancho's always been, especially in Europe, he's highly rated, isn't he? England's a bit different because English people like the whole runner stuff and whatever. So if you're not a passion merchant or goal scoring winger, you're sometimes they just see you as rubbish. But fuck, bro, even if we just pay that 25 million, we know that we can sell him for more than that to someone in Europe anyway. So
That's what
I don't think it.
Rodimus was saying. He was like, bro, we just sign him up to sell him if anything. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah, even though I personally don't want him sold, I rate Sancho highly because I understand what kind of footballer he is, and I'm not one of them people that I don't ask a certain footballer to do things that he doesn't do, if that even makes sense.
no, it makes
If
sense.
you're a link-up player, I don't expect you to do things running behind and all that. You kind of get what I'm saying.
I do,
Because if you with wingers specifically, yeah, there's goal-scoring wingers and there's just those normal wingers that just assist the strikers. Does that make sense? I can't expect someone who's not a goal scorer, because usually those goal scoring wingers used to be failed strikers, innit, that get pushed to the wing. So a lot of the times their goal scoring comes from the instinct they had when they played up front. Does that make sense? So if you don't need goal scoring wingers if you have a top striker up front, because all they really doing is assisting the guy to finish the chances, innit? They can chip in here and there, but it's a bit different. If you need goal scoring wingers if you play like PSG or Liverpool did 2 years back with Salah and Mane when you got a false nine, innit? And the false nine kind of provides for the wingers. Do you get it? And all your goals kind of come from there.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't separate that. They just see they want the whole front line to back all the time. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Sancho's always been a good player when he had someone up front like a Haaland or CR7 at what's it called? Or even Cavani, Weghorst and that. When he played with them at United, or even if you remember when he went to the Champions League final, he had Fulkrug. That's when we've seen the best from Sancho, linking up with a striker, making runs and stuff like that. And that's something that we never had this season. We don't even have Cucurella. Don't even overlap, bro. He inverts. Did I get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I know what he can do, and even in the first game, I was watching the game and seeing that he had two players on him, and no one was making the overlap run where he could have just slid it out wide, so he'd just go back. And Sancho is more of a safe first player, so he's not going to lose the ball. He'd rather keep the ball and just pass it to someone else than take the risk and lose the ball and get countered. But if you look at it, views just quickly as well, how many times do you see a player losing the ball recklessly and you think, bro, why you could have just passed it?
Yeah.
So when you keep the ball, when players keep the ball, people get angry because they're not taking too much risk. But then when they lose the ball, they want them to keep the ball. So It's a weird balance, isn't it? It's a weird balance.
Facts. Now, well put, bro. I think there's a couple of questions here. Obviously, I'm going to get
Yeah.
ready to round up soon. It says, Yasser, do you want Petrovic as number one next season? He was best keeper in League One over Donnarumma.
Yeah. Yeah. So with the goalkeeper situation, Petrovic done well last season with Pochettino, if you remember. Yeah, because remember Sanchez got injured and fine, we managed to. He forced him to play Petrovic, and then he kind of stuck with him. We thought that Petrovic would be starting the season, and obviously, I think Maresca's thing was that he didn't think Petrovic was good enough with his feet, and he just wanted to go with Sanchez's experience as a goalkeeper. I think he didn't want to put someone he didn't think is experienced in goal too early, when he knew that maybe there could be people get used to his system and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so obviously we send him on loan. Which I didn't really know. I mean, I knew he was sent on loan, but I didn't follow him as much. And then I started hearing his name from the French league all the time. So I done a bit of searching. Yeah. And I realized that it's crazy. Do you know what I mean? Like his stats or the things he's doing in the French league. Like he's improved way so much with his feet. He's always been he's a good shot stopper anyway.
Oh yeah.
So straight away, our ownership has been said, you know what, we're keeping him. He's coming back. I mean, and then they said we're gonna use him as the first goalkeeper. I mean, our main goalkeeper, and Sanchez will be moved on, and then Jurgensen will be number 2. So I'm happy with that. I mean, I'm happy with trying it. If it works out, then it's a cheap way of getting things sorted out, which is similar to when you guys had Martinez. Do you know what I mean? I know sometimes he's like just get a good goalkeeper, but sometimes you might have a good one on your books already. Do you get what I'm saying?
That's right.
So we'll see what he does, and obviously if it doesn't work out, then apparently we're open to buying new upgraded goalkeeper, whatever it is. So I have no complaints with getting him. To be fair.
Yeah, man. Nicely put. Dio was saying about to give up on this club, moving like fraud since this time last year. Facts. He also said, "Oh, you like Sancho?" Yeah, sounded like Yasser would keep him. Dio is saying, "Tell us an attacker at Chelsea that you don't like. Bonus points if they are over 30." This guy. Go on, bro.
Well, we don't have a winger over 30, bro. Yeah? Well, to be fair, we might do. That's Sterling. Sterling's coming back.
He's coming back, bro. He's definitely coming back. He's definitely.
He was on holiday, man. We let him go on holiday.
I'm driving him back, bro. Next week, bro. He's definitely coming back, bro. I'm making sure he gets back there, bro.
Nah, bro. Just get Zed to drop him off, bro. In the either. But you know what it is? Yeah, he's probably just Sterling. But Sterling just underperformed, and then he just never did what he needed to do, innit? Like he was supposed to be our experienced winger when Bodie bought him.
Yeah.
As in someone that's played at City. You know how similar now, obviously there's news coming out of Sane going to Tottenham and stuff like that. So
yeah, bro.
So it's a similar thing where you might want to bring him in as experience, someone that can help the squad. And obviously he didn't end up. He had an alright season on the pitch, but Maresca he had a huge howler in the FA Cup game against Leicester when Maresca was the manager.
Right.
So I think he saw it when he was like, "Listen, if I end up going there, that guy's definitely leaving." So he's gonna have to get moved on because of his wages, and it's on like 3 something.
He can't perform anymore. You're seeing it now with Arsenal, bro. He will come and just be even worse for you, man. But anyway, Godfrey saying Palmer needs to go back to right wing. Thoughts, yes, sir?
Yeah, I mean, yes. But at the same time, I don't think he necessarily did as bad. I think in maybe some big games, he can play Palmer on the right because of what happens in midfield against those teams, isn't it? A lot of the times when you play those big teams and, you get a lot of long balls and whatever, the midfielders get bypassed, innit? It's only really, sometimes you're 6 or you're 8 who's really involved in either recovering the ball or moving it. It's not like when you're playing low blocks when you have the ball all the time and you got the time on the ball and stuff like that. So sometimes it happens to number 10s where they get where they kind of disappear in games because they don't keep getting the ball, or the players aren't taking the risk. Aren't taking the risk to pass the ball between the lines to the 10, which will happen which is why you see Palmer drop deep a lot to get the ball so he can actually get on the ball. So I don't mind, but there's also a bunch of players that we are getting in that we've already bought. So do you know Leslie Agochukwu, that midfielder we had? Have you heard of it?
Oh, yeah.
He's the guy that went on loan to Southampton.
Hmm.
If you've watched some Southampton games, you've seen him in midfield. He's
Yeah.
like the backup to Lavia. So he's coming back to us. We have Andre Santos, who was on loan at Strasbourg as well, with Petrovic, who's coming back. He's been called up to the Brazilian squad. He's captain at 19. He went on loan. He's captain in Strasbourg, and for a midfielder, the number he's getting and stuff like that, or even the way he's playing, it's very good to have him like an addition to our team, innit? Obviously that Estevao is going to be coming back. Listen, he's from what the clips I've seen here, he's a real baller, innit? But how he's going to do it in the Prem, physicality wise and stuff like that, that's still to be seen. But he broke Neymar's numbers in Brazil and stuff like that, innit? So we'll see what happens. He's more of a right winger. He kind of gives you Yamal vibes, innit? But because he's left-footed, skinny, and he takes his man on and all that.
Yeah.
So we'll see what he does when he comes to the Prem. He can play in the 10 and the right wing. So whether like a Palmer would interchange or whether he would play on the right and him in the 10, these are all things that we're looking at to see what ends up happening in it. So even though we haven't made signings now, as in you haven't heard us making any signings, there's a lot of players that are coming in that we've, the 1 billion everyone told us about. Some players you spend the money on that you don't know where they are, but they might be coming back. Is that you know what I mean? So yeah. So it's a weird way, obviously, of doing business, but
it might
not used to it.
It might pan out, yeah. It might actually pan out. It might. If you throw enough shit on the wall, some of it's gonna stick in it. So it definitely might.
Yeah, but at the same time, as well, views, yeah, it's like the reason why you haven't heard us, especially Chelsea fans, say that we've wasted $1 billion is because we don't really know if we wasted it yet.
Right.
Does that make sense? We haven't yet necessarily seen the facts of, okay, cool, this money's been wasted, innit? Do you get it? You can say that maybe about your club in terms of the money you've seen spent, the players you've seen come and go. You can say, you know what, this manager maybe has wasted that 600 million or whatever you lot have spent. You can't you get it? You can get to that conclusion at some point, but for us, it's still in the open. And if they end up selling some of the players, whether for profit or the same amount of money, whatever, that money could be coming back, and then it's not really a waste. Does that make sense? It's weird.
Oh, it does. But you also needed help. You also needed help this season, in my opinion. Like, even though you had a big squad, it weren't like I felt like you could have done with help this season. Like, do you think you could have maybe even in January called some of them back, or that's just out of the question?
Yeah. So the issue we had was with like an Andre Santos. We couldn't call it. We didn't want to call him back from Strasbourg, so they don't ruin the relationship we have with them. Even though it's owned by also owned by Blueco, whatever they call them, but they wanted to have, he's doing well for them. They didn't want to ruin their season by getting their best midfielder at the team. You get it, and it's like, you know what? Let's not hinder his progress over there. So it was all he really needed was a striker. So I was thinking maybe if they just went in the market and got a striker, or even if they got someone temporarily. Do you get what I'm saying? Like on loan or something.
Yeah.
That could do a job to the end of the season.
Yeah.
It would have helped our season, and we wouldn't have been, fighting for top 4 to the end of the last day of the season kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we did need players specifically in that January window. So you're right with that, but it's like I don't know how they were looking at it, innit?
Well, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like you said, innit, job done, like, in terms of getting champs and all of that stuff. So,
yeah,
I suppose it's worked out for you in that regard. Big up Dio, he's saying, we're going to loan Neto and he's going to become best friends with Tomiyasu in the injury room. Yeah, imagine that, man. Everyone wants MSN up front. Well, yeah, we all can't have it. Big up Static, he's saying 23 likes, like and subscribe. Big up, man.
Big up Static, bro.
Yeah, big up Static, man. He's saying views, yes, I must go. Take care. Yeah, I'm gonna round it up now anyway, because I've got to shoot myself. Dio saying if Chelsea had Xavi Simons or Wirtz, they would play Palmer at right wing. Possibly.
It's possible. It just depends on how the manager would want to play, innit? And also how they both adapt to playing in that position. You can play Palmer on the right, but it just depends on what how much the other player in the 10 offers you, and if maybe Palmer offers more in the 10, because this is the thing, Estaval and him are both left-footed players, so they can both play on the right or in the 10. It just depends on who does better on the wing. Does that make sense? And offers you more in the wing, so
Options as well.
we'll see. Yeah. We don't know. Xavi Simons, obviously, I'm Dutch, so I know about Xavi Simons. I mean, he's linked to Tottenham and some other clubs as well. He wants to move again.
Yeah.
He's a bit on and off, but on his day, he's a good player. He scored the goal against England in the semi-final. Wirtz is another one though, like 100 million. If Liverpool play that kind of football where a lot of the players they buy usually perform, as in they don't usually come in and flop. You kind of get what I'm saying? Is like they almost buy players that suit them. So
Yeah.
I don't really think it, but I just want to see what he does in the league before I say he is an exciting signing, but he's not someone that you can say world class proven it. Like you get it, like a Ozil was back in the day, and that. Yeah, I mean, he's not on that level, but we'll see what he does, innit?
I hear it, man. But listen, yeah, man. All right, cool. We are gonna wrap it up. Like I said, I'm getting hungry. I got other shows to do and other things to do. But thank you ever so much, Yasser, for coming on. If there's any mods left in the chat, let's get his link in there again before we leave out. I'll add you and Vigilante to the title as well. I think only 20 odd off of getting to 300, so we'll try and help with some subs. I'll also shout you as well about a one-on-one under the lens thing. We'll get that sorted out at some point soon. Other than that, people, we will be back. I mean, what have you got coming up though? Anything coming up, bro?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know if I'm gonna do the watch along for the Conference League final, or I'm just gonna be on Lewis's channel. I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do. But look out with our schedule or not. Just make sure you have a look out on the channel. Match reaction obviously gonna be out as well. Yeah, I just finished work and saw that you're live in it, and I thought, I know how these lives are. And sometimes it kind of gets boring, innit? Just doing it on yourself. Bro, like when someone comes on, you have a conversation, time kind of goes quick. I've even looked at the time and it was like an hour something when I seen it, and I was like 2 hours something. You know what I'm saying?
3 hours.
So I thought,
it gets like that, and this is why I have these shows, not just for Arsenal fans, for anyone, like for anyone who fucks with man, come on the channel, come and rap with me. So and I said earlier, I appreciate that though, because I said earlier, obviously, if no one does come on, then we'll just kind of wrap it up a little bit earlier. But yeah, man, it's always a pleasure, bro. And you're right.
Of course.
Time
flies. Pleasure, bro.
Time
Thank you for having me, bro.
Come on, bro. Always welcome, especially on these shows. But I will shout you for a one-on-one anyway, so you'll get your under the lens. And you can either watch out for his channel for the Chelsea watch along, or go over to Carefree Lewis and watch him over there. Other than that, people, we are going to end up. Catch me back here at 8 o'clock with Robbo for Under the Lens. And other than that, tomorrow, man. So peace out, everyone.
Peace out.